Hello, interwebs. I am Beth, your kind and benevolent DM, and we are Power Word Play. We are currently making our way through the Wizards of the Coast module, Princes of the Apocalypse. Haven't made it very far. We are still level 1, but we hope to rectify that tonight. Everybody say hello, and then we are going to jump in to our what the people want to know with Dita Scooter, the hard-hitting journalist that she is, has some questions for you. So why doesn't everybody go into their own personal space? And we're going to shake things up tonight. We're going to shake things up tonight and start with Kesem. Hi, dearie. I spoke to a gentleman who communes with rocks. And I did. And apparently the rocks have some fairly nasty things to say about you. It was really unflattering. How does that make you feel?
I feel terrible. What did we do to the rocks?
They didn't go into details. There was just, let's see, I wrote down the adjective smelly and walks loudly, and mean.
I will have to talk to everybody about this. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you. We'll see you next week. How about Evane today? Hi, Evane.
Hello.
Is it true that your arm was sacrificed to a demon god in order to bring prosperity to your family shop?
No. You're close, but no.
Interesting.
It did, I did lose it in the family shop, but not to any archdemon.
That you know of course, is the appropriate stipulation to the end of that sentence. Thank you, Evane! Moving on. How about Cade?
Hi.
Hi. You'll be happy to know that we spoke to the good Constable Harbrook.
Uh-huh.
And he was muttering, there's a random cat in my interview space, how obnoxious, about needing to acquire halfling-sized accommodations for his meat locker. Do you have any comment about that?
I would say that we could cut him in half and put him in the accommodations.
And would you say that to him?
Maybe.
All right. We'll keep an eye out on this development. Thank you, Cade.
Okay.
How about Stack? Keeping it in the family.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
Hi. So a number of our viewers want to know, if you were stranded on an island with only one sibling who wasn't Cade, which one would it be with?
I'd rather die. I'm gonna be honest. Because if it was any of them, we'd die anyway.
Oh, you realize one of these viewers who sent this question in is your mother.
Hi, Mom!
Okay, next up, let's go to Bjorn.
As I drop my mic. Sorry.
Nice. Perfect timing. So, how do you respond to a viewer who sent us a complaint regarding a purchase they made from you? Apparently, they were very dissatisfied with their purchase and would like to forewarn others against, and I quote, the scam that is Dr. Boom.
He did not purchase it from me. My goods do not fail. That's it. Period.
All right then. If you say so, how about we jump over to Faye? Maybe we'll get something actually productive with Faye. Hi, Faye.
Hi.
So I heard from a reliable source that your horns are not natural. Tell me, was it a demon or a devil you made a deal with to be able to cast foul magics via your skull?
I could deal with anyone. I got them from my dad, I got them from my dad. He's a satyr. My mom was a satyr too. I don't know, they just grew from my head when I was born. But I got the magic from my god.
So was your dad a demon or a devil?
He was a magician.
We'll come back to you when we are able to dive deeper into this topic. Thank you, Faye. And that's it for what the people want to know with Tita Scooter. Thank you. We'll check in back next week, Tuesday at 6. Y'all can come back now. Done with the silliness.
Yeah, my camera's all jacked now.
I legitimately forgot every sibling that I have.
We have a whole
Well,
document.
you can't just call your entire 10 siblings up. Come on.
Pick a random musical term. I bet you have a sibling named it.
You could have. Well, actually, we hate trouble, so you can't say trouble.
We bring trouble, so he dies.
Yeah.
All right. I want you guys to know that I spent like 4 hours coming up with questions today because somebody kindly reminded me, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in the last 2 weeks. I just like flowed. Oh my gosh. Anyway. So welcome. Last we left off, y'all were at Lance Rock, and we're going to bunker down, maybe not for the night, but for a long rest. Because you fought some zombos, and even though you handled it soundly, you decided to... This cat. You decided that it was probably a wise decision to rest up before you ventured further into this cave system. For those of you who have not done a long rest period of time with me before, you are in for a treat. Don't know who that was, but thank you for joining us. A long rest is never a guarantee. So, talk amongst yourselves, preferably in character, about how you are going to go about this next 8 to 9 hours. And then let me know what your decision is.
Vane's not looking great.
I can take first watch because I didn't really get hit, and I'm still energized off of killing a bunch of spookins. So,
do you want to help me?
Go
ahead.
I've got a terrible headache. Those rocks were harder than my head.
Before you take the watch, Cade, would you mind helping me set up the tent?
yeah. And I pull a very large 2-person tent out of my backpack and set it up for me and my brother.
Because it's fun, if you have somebody helping you, you can roll survival with advantage.
Oh, I'm helping.
Ooh.
Yeah, I assumed.
Survival. I'm so good at
Just
survival.
for the RB.
Disadvantage. Well, that's a 12.
Oh dear.
The sturdiest of tents, but it'll do. You got most of the poles in the right places. You got one left over, but you did it so good, you didn't need that extra pole.
This pole is obviously to block the exit.
You know,
People entering.
they say if you have parts left over after you're done building something, that you just did it more efficiently than the people that designed it.
You have told me that before.
Vane just looks at Bjorn, side-eyeing Cade and Stack.
I have realized that I didn't plan this very well. Looks like I'm sleeping on the ground.
Vane yanks out her bedroll and is like, same! But the stars are really nice. If, we were not in the middle of the day.
Yes, stars usually are nice. I'm actually seeing some. And I apparently didn't put a bedroll in my inventory, so I'm sleeping on the ground.
Oh no. we're hot bunking it. It's
Yeah.
for the shifts.
All right. Well, Cade mentioned a shift, as there just now one shift with Cade for a couple hours.
I think we should at least buddy up, guys in two directions.
I can start with Cade. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, I mean, I can do all of my watching by myself. Just trust me.
Okay. If anything happens, I'll call you over. I'll go, hey! You! Come here! That's what I'll do if I see something that I need your help with, okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
All right. So, how long is your shift? This is the first time you guys have set up a watch together. Let's figure it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could stay for like 2 hours.
Yeah, we could just do 2-hour shifts, I guess, so that everybody gets their rest in.
Yep, that sounds good. Wake me up when you're done.
Okay. So it sounds like Stack is taking the second one.
Okay, so we got Cade and Faye, and then we got Stack by himself.
Please no.
Please, no.
I will summon an army of creatures, or maybe a large dragon, to watch over us while we sleep.
It's early in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was fairly early when you went to, the quarry, and then you traveled here, so it's like 10, 11 in the morning.
Gotta make sure no more spookins are coming out of that cave.
Alright, so who's on third watch?
Wait, we're not leaving Stack alone. I don't know how he's summoning creatures.
I got this.
He knows what to do.
And I touch a little pack on my belt. Give it a little tap.
You know what? I'll go with Stack instead of Cade. Not to leave you in the lurch, Stack, Cade, but I feel like Stack could use my help.
Yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
would appreciate you watching out for my brother, so.
You got it.
I will take third watch. Hopefully my headache is gone by then.
Same.
Okay. Okay, and fourth watch?
Sorry, I disconnected for a minute.
And so fourth watch is, I guess, Kessim?
Yep.
By herself. Alright. Lovely. Alright, so the way this is going to work is, Cade, you are up first. Can I please get a roll of percentiles?
Indeedly.
Twice, since you were doing it by yourself.
I got a 75 and a 28.
Okay. And then give me a perception check. At disadvantage.
Yes. Oh, that's a 9.
Nothing unusual at all happens during your watch. You actually feel rather confident, and your ego, inflates a bit because other people don't know what they're talking about. You totally got this all by yourself.
Yep, I scared everything off.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna go to hours 3 and 4 is Stack and Faye. So from each of you, can I get a roll of percentiles?
45.
60?
Okay. And then you can duke it out amongst yourself to let me know if you want one person to roll with advantage or both of you to roll a perception check.
You can roll with advantage. But also, would you like me to summon creatures to protect us in our watch? I just checked with this ability, and they'll last the entire watch.
First roll is a 24 for perception, and second roll is a 10.
Okay.
So 24.
All right. Thank you.
That's a no to.
Yeah, I think we're good on the giant creatures. Maybe we should save that. If there's someone coming at us, then we can use it against them. But let's wait until the time is right.
Okay.
Faye, during the second hour of your watch, things seem to be going pretty well. You and Cade have spread out a bit and looking in opposite directions. And you do hear coming from. Why are you laughing? What did...
Cade.
Oh,
Everybody's mixing us up, including myself. I've called Stack Cade before.
Stack. Have spread out. To be fair, you're still written in your notes as Cade and Faye. But there is, and you just get the echoes of it, and you're not quite sure, because it's the sound of what you would almost say footsteps. But you aren't quite positive. Maybe it's a figment of your imagination, but you did hear the sound of something moving further in the cave. But you take a moment to inspect the entrance, the mouth of the cave, and nothing seems to be coming out, or even the sound moving like it's approaching you. And just further back in the distance, you heard footsteps.
Cool. So at the end of our watch, when I wake up Yvain, I go, just so you know, there's something walking about somewhere, and I heard it, but I don't know where it's coming from. But be on the lookout.
Thanks for that.
Would you like me to summon a creature to protect you?
Yes. I would like that very much.
Okay. And I pull out this little deck of cards out of my deck, and I say, or out of my back, and I say, just pick one.
Can you shuffle them first?
Yep. Hey guys, we're going to Pandemonium here in 2 seconds.
Shuffle.
She will split the deck in half.
Okay.
And then pick the one that's on the left, the top one from the left.
Okay. So,
Give me that.
and I pull it, and I throw it on the ground. Oh, God. And a night hag sprouts up out of the ground.
Joe, help. Good night.
Just so everybody can see what that looks like, let's see.
You want me to pan over to the map?
Yeah, I was just gonna show to everybody. Let's see. LMN Night Hag.
Is this thing under your control?
We're gonna find out.
So the night hag will fuck us up at level 1.
That sounds like metagaming, Will. Excuse you.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll pan over for the stream. That's the night hag.
That's terrifying.
I'm sure you got it. Good night.
All right. So I'm assuming somebody also woke up Bjorn.
Yeah.
Bjorn and Yvain, you have standing in the very front of your little campsite a night hag. She is hunched. She has purple skin. Her shoulders are, moving heavily as if she's having difficulty breathing. And her hands flex at her sides and spark with arcane magic. But that's all she does.
As soon as I open my eyes, I will... What is that? And I'm going to pull purple and point at.
I step in front of the night hag.
Okay.
What?
Do
What
not.
is-
It's not Stack.
That is not Stack.
No. Stack summoned it to help us.
That thing is terrifying.
Yes.
Why don't both of you
How
guys take a
about-
good hard look at it, actually?
Perception check?
Investigation.
Thank you, DM.
15.
15.
What's your spell save DC?
15.
Okay. Now I'm going to assume Stack said something in character. But now that Yvain has pointed out that Stack has summoned it, you take a closer look, and you can see kind of through it. It doesn't seem to have a corporeal form.
Ugh, it is an illusion. That is not what I want to wake up to.
I probably should have woken you up before he summoned it. That was my bad.
It's alright. I have plans for that little man. Well, now that my heart is back in my throat.
I don't know if that's the right place it should be still.
Well, I've swallowed it. It is back in my chest now. It was in my
Okay.
throat.
All right. There you go. Yeah. I'll go this way. And she points to the left.
Sure, the evening has went pretty well so far, yes? We're all still alive and sleeping, so...
Okay, so you guys spread out a bit. Can I get percentiles and perception checks from the both of you, please?
Percentile 32.
Question.
Uh-huh.
So, I know that this is the percentile die.
Yep.
Do I roll another die on top of that? I'm being a horrible, I've never done percentiles non...
No, not a problem. Because nobody ever uses D10s. This is why I love percentiles. Okay, so you roll either that one plus your regular D10 that just counts 1 to 10 or 0 to 9, whichever way you read it.
Okay.
So you roll them together. So if you already rolled the 1, what number did you get on it?
A 0, a double 0.
Double 0. Okay, so now you roll the other one.
A 6.
Okay, so altogether you got a 6.
Okay.
If you had rolled like a 70 and a 9, then it's obviously 79. But you roll
Okay.
those two together, and then you read big number, little number.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So I asked for percentiles, and you rolled a 6. So now
I got
perception check from the both of you. And you got a 32.
12
Perception
on
for
the
me,
perception check.
23.
Okay. So Yvain, you got this word of warning, of caution from Faye earlier, so you're keeping a diligent eye out, but you don't notice anything. Bjorn, there's some sort of echo emanating from deep inside the cave, and you could swear that there was a combination of a thump and a little bit of reverberation on the ground you're sitting on.
Does it sound like... Am I able to pick up... Does it sound humanoid? Does it sound like rocks falling?
Because you were so closely connected to rocks falling earlier, your head twinges a bit, and you're like, "Oh, that's the sound of something falling." You don't know if there's maybe a small little rock slide inside. You don't know if somebody has moved around a particularly large boulder. But there is a distinctive sound of rock hitting rock.
Okay. When I make my round, I'll come back around to Yvain. Did you hear that? Inside the cave.
No, I didn't hear anything.
There is something. It sounded like something fell, possibly rocks. We may want to be careful when we go in. There could be loose. Things could be loose in there.
Okay, we can tell everyone else.
There could also be more undead wishing to push rocks on our head. But
I mean, I hope not.
I do as well. My head really hurts.
Yeah, I could have lost my arm. That would have not been great.
I agree. Well, I think our shift is over, yes?
Yeah, back to bed.
Wait, Kessim.
Evane will go do so.
And I'll go back to lay down against the tree with my head on a rock.
Bjorn said there was some noises coming inside the cave as a heads up.
Who's that?
Stack summoned her. She's, I think an illusion. She looks pretty real to me. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
And Evane goes back to bed.
All right. So, Kessim, can I please get percentiles for the next 2 hours and a perception check at disadvantage?
Oh no. Come on, D&D Beyond. Roll a D100.
You can also do it in roll 20 if it's not working on D&D Beyond.
It woke up. 93.
Okay, that was the first hour. One more.
No.
That one's a 12.
Okay. And then perception check with disadvantage.
Perception. So the low one was an 18.
All right. You too notice the sound of very faint shuffling footsteps. You take a moment to investigate the entrance to the cave, but nothing seems to be moving towards you. You check out onto the horizon, and aside from way off in the distance, some people who are taking the long road back and forth, you don't see anything.
Just gonna face the cave for the rest of my watch.
Okay. All right. And with that, you guys have successfully survived your first long rest with me. So go ahead and reset your character sheets.
Yay.
Yay.
A little scared of that 6.
Yeah, no, 6s are routinely bad in percentage die in watches.
Or very good, depending.
I mean,
No.
good to know in the future because I honestly had I'm like, this could be good. I have no idea.
I mean, we really have no idea.
You do have no idea. As a kind of benevolent DM, and as some of you who have played with me before, typically 6s are bad. Really, really bad. Somebody once was cursed for months because they got a 4. So the fact that you you were not swarmed by an ancient gold dragon is unusual.
But we have
Yeah.
There might be some consequences happening at some point.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you for now.
Yeah, a really bad fog cloud rolled in on my 6 one time, and it was not good.
Minor TPK, it was okay.
Okay, so we just going in?
Kessim would have done her prayers at moonrise because she was awake for that.
Well, let's see. If it was 11 11. 8 hours is like 7. So, yeah. I mean, it's still daylight, but the
Still
moon has
day.
risen.
I just want to point out that after that waking up to the heart attack of the illusion, I wrote one note in my notebook.
We're gonna have problems.
This deck is crazy. I'm gonna drop a red dragon on you one of these days while you're sleeping.
So it's a deck of illusions. Is that you have
Yeah.
an item?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
How long does it last?
So it lasts until the card is moved or dispelled. So it's just there.
It doesn't have, like, even after 8 hours, after 24 hours, it just keeps going?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
That can't be right.
What did you give him?
Everybody got one personalized uncommon item.
The illusion lasts until the card is moved or the illusion is dispelled. When the illusion
Alright.
ends, the card disappears and cannot be used again.
Alright, so there's just a night hag hanging out. I will put a token on the board, because that is fucking hilarious.
Please attack my
Okay.
duplicate.
Can you imagine just tromping through the woods like picking berries and you just
Gotcha. So I could put her away, or we could leave her there and we could report that there is a night hag problem to the sheriff. He sends us to solve it, and we come and solve it.
No, you could also have told us that you have a deck full of illusionary monsters. It would be great to not wake up with that thing in my face.
I told Faye.
Yeah, saw it happen. But I mean, that's a great idea about a way to make money. But maybe we should just leave it here to scare off people from entering the cave after us. Because I heard some stuff in there, and I don't want anyone to come and try and like put themselves in danger or anything. So maybe if we leave the night hag there, it'll scare people away.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of upsetting the local law anymore.
You say that again? You're coming through a little.
I don't like the idea of upsetting the constable any more than we've managed to do in the past 2 days.
Yeah, we're not really on good terms with them right now.
Okay,
We're trying to be.
We'll just have it guard the cave then. And I'll walk with it. Then I stop and move it. Walk a little bit further. Stop and move it. Walk a little further. Stop and move the illusion.
No,
not
if you
not,
move
not
the-
the card. I can move
Can you move the illusion?
illusion. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, here, you know what? I'm going to... Oh, I can't give you control settings right now. I was gonna give you control over the icon, but...
Put it
Okay,
right, just put it right in front of the door.
Okay, there you go. Alright, so you long rested. What's the game plan now?
Go back in the cave.
I mount up. And I cast light on my head. I have a headlamp.
Okay. You can give yourself a radius, I think.
We're not on a
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I didn't bring you guys over.
Mm-mm.
Aww,
We got
I'm a terrible
stuck.
DM. I'm a terrible
Yeah.
DM.
And I'm like, oh, it might just be me.
We got left behind.
No.
While that's happening, Faye walks over to Stack and she goes, "So you like card tricks?"
end.
My dad was a magician, and his specialty was card tricks because he was like, a magician without the magic. He would fool the people who used the magic without magic. It was kind of his thing. So if you have any, I'd love to see him sometime.
Just this.
Oh well, that's one I haven't seen before. So maybe next time it'll be a prettier monster. I don't think a night hag would go well at, a party. It would just scare the people away.
Apparently, there is a chance that if I pull a card, that a succubus comes out. I've never seen one, but I've read a little bit about them, and they are pretty.
They're pretty? I don't know what that is. What does it look like?
Really?
Well, we should really get going.
He like kind of blushes.
Dak doesn't just have like a sexy jutsu like coming out.
The best part is I understand that because I started watching Naruto last week.
I'm very much in the backpack for this.
I am embarrassed being next to this conversation.
I have just been sticking my arm through the night hag repeatedly.
Okay.
Also, before
Yeah,
I
she just
forget
continues
this,
to stand there and breathe heavily, and her fingers flex.
I'm not touching you, but I am touching you. But am I?
What were you saying, Miranda?
Miranda?
well,
Yeah. What?
I pull out a bright, sparkly rock, and I look at it, and I just go, "Shine!" And it casts a bright light within 30 feet and dim light for an extra 30 before we walk into the.
Okay. So now that you're on a map and you can actually access your character, you can give yourself a radius. Cade has 40 feet of light, or I guess Kessam has 40 feet of light, and Faye will have 60.
All right, who's leading the way back into the cave?
probably someone with light.
I mean, it's a pretty far light, but yeah, possibly. Everybody has light powers now.
I went into last cave and rocks fell on my head. So you go ahead.
Are you feeling better, Bjorn?
A little. I took an aspirin before bed.
What's aspirin?
It is a medicine my mother created.
It's made of willow bark.
Oh, that's great.
It is. I see you have some skill in the herbalism.
Yeah, in the Feywild, we would just rip willow bark off of trees and chew on it.
I see.
Nutrition.
Well, my teeth are not cut out for that, but I digress.
Anyway, I'll go in the front if someone wants to walk with me. We can both use my shiny rock to see.
I'll walk with you.
Cool.
All right. So as you enter the front of the cavern, you notice that the dead person who woke up and attacked you before is no longer where you last left him.
God damn it.
Oh man, the spookin' moved.
Well, this is a problem.
I feel like I did this to us,
It's
since I mentioned this last session.
not a problem. We will re-kill it a third time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Well,
you
I
guys
guess
are just
we'll
gonna continue to move forward.
Carefully.
proceed with caution.
Well, we know kind of where they were for the last ambush, so I think we would check to see if they're around that area before we enter it again.
All right. So somebody said carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a stealth check from whoever is moving carefully?
How
With
disadvantaged
disadvantage?
is that in heavy armor with somebody on my shoulders?
Well, if your heavy armor gives you disadvantage to begin with, then you would keep it. But everybody is walking with a bright light pointing the direction, so everybody's at disadvantage.
True.
Except for maybe Stack, who should just roll flat because he's in a backpack.
I got a 4.
And I also don't have a light summon, just FYI, but I am with the group.
My
so.
light is everyone can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
13.
Roll stealth.
Yep.
That's 5.
Yikes.
So, got it. We're not a stealth group.
A -1.
So essentially standing at the front of the cavern yelling, "Hey, you guys!" You start making your way further in. I will ping at the end of this hallway where I have cut off the visibility is where you were ambushed previously.
Hey, Kesem, as we're walking, maybe we make sure that we stay pretty close to Cade, so we can keep an eye.
I know we can go closer, but I'm so scared right now.
Before we walk
Can I
into the
see
room,
if there's anything above us?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
12.
From where you are standing, it's just the top section of the cave. You haven't actually reached the opening where a bridge was. So above you, it's just more cave.
before we go in, in case those things are looking for movement, douse your light for a moment. And I'm going to take one of my marbles, and I want to use magical tinkering to make it glow, and I want to just roll it into the room. So hopefully it would be in a dark room, a little glowing marble. It emits light in a 5-foot radius, goes rolling past.
Okay. Are you accommodating putting out your light, Faye?
Yes.
And stack.
Okay. Make a... It's not really a melee. We'll say a ranged attack roll.
So just a dexterity roll?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how far the marble will go.
Nat 20.
All
I don't
right.
have a modifier for dexterity, so 20.
20. Okay. So tell me, when you were in here before, right? It was about a 40 by 60 size circular room. It had a 8 by 6 or a 10 by 6 boulder with blood on it near the entrance, and a stalagmite that were like still connected. They hadn't actually split apart yet. So remembering that, how do you arc this ball into the room?
I would try to kind of be rolling it between the boulder and the stalagmite. And
Okay.
again, my goal is just to, if there's something up there waiting for movement or looking down to see our lights, just trying to get it to distraction, to notice it.
Okay. So 5 feet by 5 feet. I will light up what you guys see. It hits the stalagmite and then bounces off to the right a bit. Before coming to a stop over against the far wall. So the most obvious thing you see as you roll this marble through is that the boulder, which previously was unoccupied, has a lump on the top. Nothing seems to move, however.
Hey, Cade, come here a second.
Yeah, sure.
Vigilant blessing. You have advantage on initiative.
Oh.
So, should I turn my light back on now? Or are we good?
I don't know. Did you see something on top of that rock?
I did, but I feel like it would be better if we could see more, maybe? Because it didn't, like, startle.
I agree. But we know it's there, so let's just be careful. Watch out for rock from above.
Okay.
Is there any way with 300 feet of dark vision I have a better idea of what's there? I have
Twilight Glare.
stupid dark vision.
I didn't realize you still had that at level 1. So yeah, of course you can. Thank you for the reminder.
If it makes you feel better, I thought it was only 120 feet. It's not. It's stupid.
The 120 is what you can just freely give to another character.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can give the
No,
300.
Yeah, she can give 300.
Oh, jeez.
Which is why I thought it was later, because she can't give that until second.
No, I can
Or
give
third.
it just only 1 hour for 4 people.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you see in this room, there is a lump sitting on top of the boulder. Previously, there was no one. And there are at least 2 zombies currently just standing watch at the far end of the circular room.
Guys, there's new zombies and somebody on the slab.
I can't see a fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't
We
see any.
shoot at it?
I think we gotta get closer before we're gonna do anything like that. So let's bring the trap in.
I guess. Yeah.
Cover your heads when we walk in case there's something above us. We don't want to be like Mr. Dr. Bjorn and get hit in the head.
Does Mr. Dr. Bjorn have any marbles that can roll and explode?
Not currently. I'm all out. But we can all see the zombies. Then did she share the dark vision or no?
No,
I
it
didn't
is
share
just
the
her.
vision yet. I could just tell you it's there.
I mean, I can shoot one from here if I can see it, but unfortunately, it's a little too far away for me to see.
I mean, we could like 3, 2, 1, uncover light. And
Yeah.
I mean, they are 100 feet from me. They are far.
But the other thing's closer, right?
The body on the slab is closer.
Oh,
I
you think they
guess.
just killed her?
I don't know.
Or they're about to.
Or they're about to raise her.
Whatever it is, we should probably go help.
and stop talking so much because they can probably hear us.
This rock, DM, was covered in blood last time, like it was used for sacrifices or something, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, I think we are lighting up and then going in guns blazing, it sounds like.
Yep, I'm gonna unholster Pearl.
Shield. Hold holy symbol.
Get the
Quarterstaff.
crossbow out.
Okay.
A great X ready.
Hide further down the backpack.
Shield and scimitar.
All right. So what's your marching order?
I think Faye and I are first.
I'd be towards the middle, probably.
Yeah, probably how we're laid out right now. So, Vane, Faye, me and Bjorn, and Caden, Stack and Kessim. As I
Aha.
It happens every time. Do you want to just switch names?
I mean, sure.
Oh, it's okay.
How about we just always respond to both?
Yeah. We are one. Two halves make one.
Okay. And I'm holding a light spell to just reach out and tap on Kessa real quick on the front of her shield.
Okay. Well, you guys are free to move. We aren't in initiative. They aren't making any outward signs of aggression for the one person who can see them. So you can proceed as you like.
Come on, Miranda. Let's be frontline.
When we get to the front of the cave, I turn around and I go, "Okay, guys, are you ready? I'm not gonna do it until you tell me you're ready because I don't know if I'm ready. But if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay." And she has the gem like tucked in her shirt because she has her hands full, and she just looks down and like looks down her shirt and just goes, "Shine," and it brights up big.
Nice.
All right.
See ya.
Bear with me. Okay, nobody move. Trying to give you visuals here.
Miranda, move in line.
I forgot how stupid my vision is.
My spell selection is not great. My range is so short for being backpack artillery. It's not. Did not think that one through.
You could
But
walk
it's
on the
adorable.
ground.
Good. Won't. Get stepped on one time, you will never walk on the ground again.
All right. So, Faye, you now have a 60-foot aura. Put that in for you. And you guys see there are now 5 zombies in the cave, 2 posted up at the westernmost tunnel, 3 up against the far wall. And the moment light shines up, we are going to begin initiative. If I could have everybody roll, please.
Weren't some people holding stuff for when light went off? Or does that not work like that?
I think that was just you.
Bjorn
was holding light.
holding a fire or something, I thought.
He said he pulled
No,
out Pearl.
Yeah, I didn't declare that I was shooting anything. I just said if I could see them, I would. I got a 15 for my initiative.
For some reason...
Okay, so once we begin combat, we use rolls on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
But I can add you in just because we have the tracker up in stream so people can watch our rolls.
And also, Alexander, when you rolled initiative, you clicked me by mistake since you can move my character, so it rolled for me. Or for me.
If it used your stats correctly,
They're the same, I think.
I have a +0 to initiative.
Oh no. Oh, well, I rolled and it was fine for me, but
Oh,
you
okay.
have to click yourself.
It's how I move us as a pair.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're fast zombies today.
Oh no.
I don't like that, Beth.
No fast zombies, slow zombies.
Alexander,
They have a -2 and they still got a 17.
Alexander,
Great.
if you move over to the turn order where it has you as a 0 right now, you can type in the 7.
All right, is that everybody? Dr. Boom has a 0 dexterity, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Oh boy, that is a fast zombie. Have fun.
All right, Cade, you were up first.
Oh man. All right.
What?
Can I make popcorn?
I'm gonna run forward into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fall 25 feet of my movement.
Okay, well, you can get 20 feet and stop
Boop.
as a rock is dropped on your head from a held action.
Great.
For 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouchie.
I should have raged before I moved, but I didn't.
Looks like my distraction didn't work.
They're too smart. The fuck?
Apparently.
All right.
Almost like they had 8 hours to prepare.
There's a
weird.
necromancer laughing their butt off at us.
All right.
You can now finish your movement if you'd like.
No, because now I got a guy next to me.
He is 10 feet up.
10 feet up.
Yep, they are on that little bridge that they were on before.
Mhm.
He has loosened his one boulder that he had. And that seems to be the only thing he is currently armed with.
Cool. Yeah. I will continue my movement to there. And then I'm going to rage because that made me really angry. I didn't like it. So, I rage. My eyes glow a nice yellow color before they then fade back, and then I will throw a javelin up at Boulder Man because I don't like him.
Sure, absolutely.
As a 22 hit.
It sure does.
Okay, so that is 6 piercing plus 2 rage damage, so 8 total.
All right. He took it straight through the chest, and actually it went so far as to hit the rock wall behind him, and it reverberated a little bit, and then he came back up, and he now has a javelin partway through his chest.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Stack, you're up.
I assumed I couldn't see around this corner. Like here, right?
No, the bridge from where you are standing appears to be just an extension of the ceiling wall.
So I can't see him even though he's up high?
Correct.
Alright, I will hold a spell until we get closer.
Okay. It is the zombie's turn. This one who's up on the bridge is going to go first. He is going to fall off the bridge and land here. As he does, Cade, you can see a couple of pieces go flying off of him as he splats on the ground.
Gross.
Ew.
He actually sort of like belly flopped.
Going.
Yep, we were on the same train of thought. He belly flopped and the javelin pushed the rest of the way through. As he stands up, the weight of the tip of the javelin, since it's not in there balanced properly, sort of, and as it falls out, another chunk of zombie comes with him. But he uses half of his movement to stand back up, and he looks at you, and he's just going to run chest first in your direction. Does an 18 hit you?
Oh, yes, it does.
All right. He slams into your chest for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
So halved 3.
3. The other ones are just going to slowly move. Oh, he can make it here and will attempt to slam you.
Oh.
With a 9. Does a 9 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Can't quite make it. Oh.
Got some wind coming through on somebody.
It looks like Will's camera is lighting up. This guy can make it here, but he used his double movement to do so, so he is done. $40. All right. They all came to say hi.
All of them are 1 square out of my range. It's depressing.
I got rid of Sanctuary today. I normally prep that.
All right, Bjorn, you're up.
Seeing, I about did it myself. Seeing Cade surrounded, I'm going to reach inside of my coat to my bandoliers, and I'm going to pull out this vial of glowing, like purplish swirling liquid. I'm going to sigh. This was expensive, and I'm going to chuck it at the group and try to fairy fire all of the zombies, or as many as I can get. It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay. Can you ping on the map for me where you're centering it?
Like right here. I mean, it's a 20-foot cube, so it'd be like...
Okay.
5, 10, 15... Oh, wait.
And
Like
they
those
need...
four
Is it a
guys.
dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, I guess like that. I don't know if I can get all of them.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get them all or not, but...
All
Can I do it
right,
like
so...
that?
Friendly fairy fire about to be up in
Yeah.
here.
Am I also fairy fired?
Well, I would try to
No,
push
it
it a
targets
little
you
farther forward.
choose, right?
No, you have to
I
make a
think
save.
so. Each object in a cube within range is outlined
Okay.
in blue, green, or violet light. So it's going to hit Cade if Cade has to fail, but everything will have advantage.
But it's a dex save
It's a
to
dex
not be
save.
fairy fired.
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Come on, baby.
Let's see. Okay, does a 14 succeed?
Oh, I should tell you what that is. 13 is the DC.
Okay.
Yes. I got a 19.
Good.
All right. And what color fairy fire are you doing?
It is a purplish color, like a purple violet.
Okay. Rolled so many 9s.
Oh man, we got 4 of them. That's great.
That's awesome.
5.
Ooh. All right. That was a very productive round. Turn,
should
even.
make them-
Just a turn.
That should make them easier to hit. And then I'm going to try to just kind of up against the wall with Pearl ready to go. That's my turn.
All right, Yvain.
So I believe Avena's gonna move back slightly, and then she's going to attempt to use her crossbow to hit one of them.
Okay.
With advantage, fairy fire.
Oh, okay. That was my first roll. Much better on the second time. 21.
Okay, a 21 does hit. Can you tell me which one you're targeting, please?
Yeah, let me ping. The one right in front of me, probably.
Sure.
Do damage. Excellent. 8 points.
All right, and make a free perception check for me, please.
Sorry. Habit. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's so close to a natural 20. It's 14.
All right. As you shoot your bolt into this guy's throat, he falls down dead. And you're a bit surprised at first because you remember them being a bit more hardy the first time around, even though I don't know how many shots you got off last time. Because Cade was wrecking things.
Yeah.
But
I got one.
this one looks suspiciously like the person you found at the front of the cave when you entered in earlier today.
I tell the rest of the group she's getting other bodies.
All right, Faye, you're up.
Okay. From my spot where I am now, let me just double check. I cast Create Bonfire on this square to block the entrance.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's. Oh, you beat me. I was gonna.
Wiggle.
Oh, that is better.
Okay. Get a little bit
And
smaller.
then I move back a little bit.
Okay. Cassim, you're up.
I assume Stack somehow implied he wanted to move forward.
I technically didn't. So you do you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, you
Yeah.
move 5 feet and then stop.
Did I move
because-
anything yet?
You can move 5 feet.
Oh, I was counting squares.
Okay. Well, let me know which direction you're moving.
I was gonna slide and go this way, make a terrible line for some reason.
Okay.
That's
So you
brilliant
stop
plan.
there, and whatever spell you were holding, stack, because you only specified when you moved closer.
Yep. Goes off. So little prism comes up out of the backpack, followed by an eye, and a little spin, and the ground again. Because even though I know it's not effective, just gotta knock him down. The zombie in front of Cade needs a Constitution saving throw. 14.
Sure. They failed.
Nice. Prone and 1 necrotic damage. The ground kind of rots and eats into the already rotting.
Okay. And that does work on it. So, oh, I got new tokens and I forgot to upload them. All right, next time. He is prone.
And I will cast Bless and throw it on Cade, Yvain, and Bjorn.
Remind me that's adding a d4 to saving throws, right?
And
And attack rolls.
Sweet. Thank you.
Where is it? There it is.
To be fair, your little angel wings make more sense for Bless, but
They do, but oh well. We already pre-established. Who was the fourth person? Evade?
I only get 3.
Ah, 3. So did I get the right people?
It's supposed to be Yvain, not Faye.
Ah,
Faye tends to
I don't
throw
know what
things
you're
people
talking
need-
about. I got Evade to begin with. If you
Right.
saw wrong, you're wrong.
Sure.
Faye tends to make people save, not the other way.
Never happened.
Never happened. Everything's perfect.
All right. Cade, you're
Alright.
up.
Okay. I got a lot of things around me, and then there was
Yeah.
a big boom that made things light up. So, so is the javelin still like sticking out of the dude next to me, or is it on the
No,
ground?
because I described it as falling out of his back. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's behind him.
Can I'm gonna scoot. Ooh, no, can't scoot around him because then I would get an attack of opportunity. Can I reach through the hole that I made, grab the javelin, and then shove it back through?
If you were not a small creature, I would perhaps let this work. But I don't know that you can reach the hole in
can-
him.
Also inhabit the same square as another creature, so can I reach between its legs and grab the javelin?
Yes, that I will allow.
Okay.
that's not
Cool.
a javelin.
Ew.
Ew.
Comedy.
No, this is a female zombie. This is officially a female zombie.
Still not a javelin.
Gross.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna duck under, grab my javelin, and then shove it back through its stomach, but like slightly over to the side of the last hole that I made.
Sure.
Do-do.
With advantage.
With advantage.
And
So-
a D4.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure 16 hits, regardless.
A 16 does hit, but we're going to use your damage from the first roll.
Okay. Yeah. So that is 6 piercing plus 2 rage, so that's another 8 points of damage as I ram through the zombie again.
Okay, how would you like to kill it?
I wanna like shove it in next to the hole I made before, and then just like rip it out towards the outside.
Okay. As you do, it starts to slump and fall to the ground. And then there's this moment where it starts to catch itself, but then collapses. It is dead. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Stack, you're up.
Stupid. Like that. And he'll come out and raise that same sort of prism and spin it. And as it spins from different sides, 3 missiles streak out and are all aimed at the one that is not fairy fired.
Absolutely.
Big money for 11 force damage.
Ooh.
All right, this guy takes it. 1, 2, 3, and they leave little small teeny holes in his chest. And then he comes back forward. Doesn't seem to be phased.
Okay, that's it.
All right, it is now the zombie's turn. So come here. And will attempt to. He's moving very slowly and is missing all of his left arm and a good chunk of his right. So he's just gonna like slump in your general direction and hope it causes some sort of damage.
Oh,
That's an 11 hit.
no.
This zombie goes to move, and a rock falls on his head.
I was waiting.
How does that feel?
Let's see. He takes it, and then critically saved. So he is landed beneath a boulder, and then sort of like smooshes part of his body out of the way. So now a giant hole in his chest stomach area exists. But he is able to stand back up.
Never mind. That is really gross.
And he's able to get here, and he will attack Cade. Oh, it did not roll with advantage. That's okay. Does a 19 hit.
Oh yeah.
All right. He manages to swing the stump of his arm around to hit you for 4 points of damage, bludgeoning.
Have to 2.
Okay. This guy who was up on the platform is going to fall face forward to the ground, damaging himself rather significantly in the process. And he's going to get up and start moving this direction. And is running straight for Evane. Does an 18 hit Evane?
Yeah.
Alright, he comes charging forward like a bull. He's gonna headbutt you for max damage, 7 points of bludgeoning.
I think he kind of like fumbles back a little bit into Bjorn. Ooh.
The prone zombie is going to push himself up and is going to lean in Cade's general direction and miss terribly. And the last one that just took a magic missile does a 16 hit Cade.
Oh yeah.
All right. It sort of flaps its arms back and forth and hits you for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Have to 3, but I am now unconscious.
And no longer blessed.
Nope.
Does Bless stay up because I'm concentrating?
No, it fails when she goes unconscious, I think. All right, Bjorn. You're up.
So as Evane is knocked backwards into me, can I use her momentum to kind of like switch places with her and kind of push her backwards?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
I want to do that. And then I'm immediately going to, like, as I'm shuffling her backwards and forward, I'm reaching into my one of my bandoliers, and I want to pull out a green vial and shove it into the end of Pearl, and I want to shoot a blast of acid that's going to hit all 3 of the zombies in front of me as I use Tasha's Caustic Brew.
All right. Is that a save or is it
It is a
spell
dex
attack?
save. Dex save, DC
Okay.
13.
All right. The first one got a 2.
Okay.
Second one got an 11. Third one made it with a 15.
Okay. So they're each covered in acid, and so I don't think they take damage this turn. Well, Each creature in line must succeed in Dex save or be covered in acid for the spell's duration. They can use their action to scrape it off. A creature covered in the acid takes 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. So it won't take it now,
Okay.
I assume?
At the start of its turn, it will.
Correct.
Okay. So I did little green dots for the ones that have acid on them.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna kind of stand here and try to shield, Yvain.
All right. Speaking of,
Trying to think. She's that headbutt really kind of knocked her back. You can tell she's kind of out of breath from that. She will. Am I able to shoot around people since I'm taller?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I won't make it difficult.
I am going to attempt to hit this one, the one that Stack was going after.
Okay.
And that one is not at advantage. Correct.
No, it is not.
Okay. And then I gotta add my D4. 1 second.
Don't worry, the 16 hit quite soundly. That is 2 times as much as you need to be able to hit a zombie.
Excellent. All right. Roll damage. Okay. 7 points of damage.
All right.
So this one kind of shoots into its foot.
Okay. Trying to pin it there. It just loses half of its foot. It severed the right foot. So all the toes and the front half of it are just gone.
Excellent.
All right, Faye.
1 second. Let me just make sure. Okay. So Faye has her scimitar in one hand and her shield in the other. And you watch as she just starts kind of shaking. And suddenly her horns start they look like they're glowing, but it more looks like there's fire underneath. It looks like magma is moving between the cracks in her horns. And from her horns descends this wave of green magic, and she casts Entangle for a 20-foot square that's about here. So it basically gets every one of them, including Cade. But don't worry, Cade. It doesn't kill you or anything.
Oh, great.
All right. Let's see.
I mean,
All right, I'm going to move it. I'm just drawing it for the sake of using grid lines.
Yeah, you're fine. Oh, also, once you cast this, the fire goes out.
Okay. Do you want to do it here so you get all the zombies?
Yes, that was the plan.
Okay. Strength saves. We'll go down the line. Succeed. Fail. This zombie is not having a good day. Fail. Come on. There we go. Fail. And for the record, can you display Entangle for me?
Sure. How do I do that?
Just click on it, it'll pop up.
If you click the spell, to open it and look at it, on the top right it says display in VTT.
Perfect.
They're
Thank
restrained.
you. Okay. So Cade cannot make a strength saving throw as she is unconscious, so she fails it. Technically, the dead bodies of the zombies are restrained, as is Cade. Okay.
I just have a very nice blanket over top of me.
You are
Taking a nap.
Yeah. You feel a hug from the beyond.
It's wooden armor, technically, right? Right?
Unless it's lit on fire.
It's just like it was this like green emanating magic, and then it's just like this low haze of like it feels like it's alive, it's moving, it's like magma-y, but it's not on fire. Don't worry.
All right, Kelsum.
Well, I was going to conserve spells today, but that's not going to happen. Healing word.
Yay!
Hey. Who would you like to cast it on?
You know, I think I'm going to throw it at Stack, but actually Kate.
Okay.
You get 6 hit points back.
Ugh.
Aw, level 1s are so cute.
I know, that's a lot for me right now.
Is that the end of your turn?
Technically I have an action. I'm going to just get closer this way.
Okay. Jade.
Yeah. So, I wake up. I'm on the ground. I am restrained on the ground. Oh, don't know what to do.
You can make a strength check to be unrestrained.
I know.
Oh, you fell out of rage, so you don't have advantage on it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to debate on whether I blow my second rage or not.
These zombies are stupid. You can just stay there. They won't know you're awake.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Cade is also not that smart. She's just gonna stand up and so restrained is like you can't move and attacks are at disadvantage, or is it just you can't move?
Your attacks are at disadvantage, attacks against you are at advantage, and your
And you-
speed is 0.
Which means you can't stand up because your speed is
Yeah.
0.
And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I'm gonna I guess. Yeah, this is bad. I'm going to rage and then just break the restraint and stand up.
Sure. So strength saving throw, or strength check, I guess, at advantage.
Advantage. Natural.
Excellent.
All right.
20. I wake up. I'm angry. Why are there things all over me? And I just rip them up. And I stand up and I'm like, oh crap. Then that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'm just around a bunch of things.
Stack.
We gotta get in there. We can't let them swarm like that. And the prism changes and turns this crystalline blue color. And this one right here needs to make a Constitution save, as its joints kind of start to lock up with icy energy.
All right. That's an 11, so they fail.
So 3 cold damage and disadvantage on its next weapon attack.
Nice.
I thought it was 30 feet. I could have done this the whole time. Ugh.
What is the range? 60.
60.
Oh,
Yeah.
rough. All right, zombies. We're going to start at the front. This guy is going to take his acid damage.
All right, so see if I can just roll it. Did it work?
Yeah.
3 acid damage.
3. Okay. Good. And since we're doing this, roll it for the second guy too. 5.
5.
All right. The zombie in the middle begins to melt. And he becomes a puddle of goo on the ground.
We have a lot of puddle of goos that we've encountered in the short amount of time we've been together.
It's kind of like Bjorn's thing. Like, he said that he makes things into pink pudgy puddles of goo, so...
It is good sales tactic. You tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one in the front is going to attempt to ram into Bjorn at advantage. Or no, disadvantage. A 5. Does a 5 hit Bjorn?
No.
All right. This one in the back can't move, so he will attempt to hit Cade instead.
Fun.
With disadvantage.
16.
Yep.
Was that with disadvantage?
Because he is restrained. Thank you. Yes, that is with disadvantage.
Damn it.
Dang it.
For 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved to 2.
2, because I round down. Yep. All right, and we'll just keep going round robin at Cade.
Yep. Bring it, baby.
Disadvantage.
Yep. He just crit failed. So let's see what that does to him, if anything.
Hopefully something good for us.
I want you guys to see this chart.
I
His
know!
head
We haven't been
explodes.
able to do it!
Insta death. It's like that thing in Call of Duty Zombies where you hit it and they all explode on the map. It's that one.
Haven't played it.
No, he didn't roll high enough. Poor zombie. Just a miss. All right, and one
Dang it.
more. Disadvantage does an 11 hit.
No.
All right. That was their turn. Good use of Entangle. Bjorn.
All right. Seeing that the one in front of me is covered in acid, and I'm hoping I can kill it on its turn, I'm going to empty, like, just drop the empty canister and take a glowing orange one and shove it into Pearl and take a shot of a firebolt at this one back here.
Okay.
Actually, I want to try to hit this one because I have advantage on that one there. He's very fired.
Okay.
Could I hit it? Yeah, would I be able to hit, or is he going to have cover from the zombie in front of me?
No, you can hit him. That's fine.
The back corner one's also at advantage because it's restrained. The red dot's restrained.
Oh, that's right. They're all at advantage. Okay, yeah, so I'll shoot at the back corner ones, so I have a
Except for
better
the one in
shot.
front of you.
Getting an 11 to hit
That hits.
for 7 fire
points on
damage.
Fire. All right. He is lit up and burns to a crisp. Anything else you'd like to do this turn?
No, that's it for my bonus. Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions yet. Not till next level.
Was that with advantage?
Oh, no, I didn't roll with advantage, but
so
it
don't
still
roll
hit.
with advantage because you hit a ranged while you were technically in melee with somebody.
So
So
it's
that would have
even,
been
right?
disadvantage. It would have canceled out.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yep.
just want to make sure that wasn't the higher of the two. Okay. Evane.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna use my crossbow again.
Okay.
At this one.
All right. The previously undamaged zombie.
And this is at advantage, correct?
You have advantage, yes.
Cool. 19.
That'll do it. For how much? Oh no, he's taken 1 point of damage from something.
Max damage 10.
Nice. All right. It goes through his elbow and like makes this arm useless. It's still poking out. But he's just waving around his other one now.
Evane will just wave hi back.
All right, Faye.
So Faye still is clutching her scimitar and her shield, like not knowing what to do. So she takes 5 steps forward and she goes for this guy with her scimitar.
Nice, do it. Ooh, that hits.
Nice.
Damn.
Four points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then she moves back.
Okay. Nicely done. Awesome.
She's gonna take her quarterstaff and she's gonna point at this one. The one behind Cade right there.
Sure,
And
at the back.
do Sacred Flame and hope that being restrained means he's really bad at dex saves.
It does, in fact. Unfortunately, he still got a 15.
Oh,
And that's with a -2 at disadvantage. He rolled really
Man.
well.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Calling Will Wheaton right now. You're gonna get. I'm gonna pay for him to do a cameo.
A cameo.
Yeah.
Just a curse
Okay.
over all your dice.
You could curse all of your D&D friends with a cameo from him. No bullshit, actually.
We cannot afford Will Wheaton. Please do not make promises we cannot uphold. All right, Cade.
All right. I am going to hit this one in front of me.
Do
I'm
it.
gonna pull out my great axe because I'm really angry. That is a
With advantage.
16 to hit. Oh yeah, advantage.
Get it.
Yeah, that's 22 to hit.
Well, it's weird. The 16 hits, but the 22 does not.
Fascinating. Alright. And so. Come on. That is
Damn.
12 points of damage.
How do you kill it?
Super mad, so I just come down. It's like one of those like strength games at the fair where you just swing a thing over, you swing the mallet over your head and you just come down on it, just on its head.
Okay. So like a watermelon.
also
As it
have
is
to-
falling.
I also have to jump up to hit its head. because I'm
You
short.
too.
Fantastic.
So it's
You
like
do.
a flying leap. It's
I'm
like
imagining that
like-
you don't like technically it's bludgeoning damage because like you
Yeah.
turned it on the side and like just smashed it flat.
Yeah.
Just whack-a-mole.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that
Um,
photo of that meme that happened with the dogs and the
You'll show
Oh,
this
it's
to me
fine.
later.
It's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She'll show us later. So as it's going down, its legs begin to twitch, and for a horrifying moment, you think it's going to get back up with no head, but then it collapses.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Stack.
Yeah, same thing. He looks visibly irritated, not flustered as much anymore, and he's going to throw another frostbites at this first guy here.
Okay. He fails, so he takes another 6 points of cold damage. All right. It is now the zombie's turn.
If he didn't go down on that, I'm going to jump out of the backpack and take off running straight or forward.
Okay. Then I need an athletics or acrobatics check. Kesem has not declared that she is helping you, but a 15 is fine. So go ahead and move where it is you'd like to be. Okay, this first one needs to take acid damage.
Yes, it does. It takes 5 acid damage.
All right. It too begins to melt. And you have a second puddle of goo. For the record, I've been rolling the Constitution saving throws to see if it's going to go down, and they roll horribly. So you are effectively killing these guys. All right. This zombie in the back. Last one standing is going to try and headbutt the closest halfling, which is Cade, at disadvantage.
At me.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
All right, that is a miss. Bjorn, it all comes down to this.
Seeing the last one, I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to take another shot with Firebolt.
Okay.
Oh, I get advantage too, don't I? I forgot to...
You sure do.
19
Okay,
to
but
hit
we're
for
gonna-
4 fire damage.
Use the damage from your first one.
Okay.
So a small flame actually catches his little vest that he's wearing first. But then quickly engulfs the rest of his body. And he is no more. You did it!
We survived.
You did! I apologize for this very difficult combat for you guys, but that's what you get when you roll a 6.
Okay.
Hey, let's down entangle so everyone can move again.
Okay.
So did the 6 determine how many we fought?
So I knew that since you guys were going to take a long rest, that whoever is in control of these zombies was going to have time to prepare for perhaps another curious person or not. But the 6 determined how many were left, which was all of them.
So, I'm going to walk forward and look at the 2 piles of goo and the one next to Cade and say, I claim 3.
Nice.
He walks up next to Stack and looks at all of them and just goes, you know, I feel like she's talking to everybody, but she's just next to Stack. She goes, I feel like these were back from the dead, so maybe I don't want them to be brought back from the dead ever again. And she immediately casts Create Bonfire 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, right on top of all 4 of the dead bodies that were not consumed, so that they incinerate, so that they can't be turned back into zombies again.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a couple of my empty vials and pick up some of the acid and monster goop.
Of course you are.
Gotta show off
Evania-
the pink pudge.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Evane's
like
going to walk forward to the altar and see if the person that is currently laying on it is alive or dead.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
I think she would make an investigation check, like she'd check for a pulse.
Okay, you can do a medicine check.
Okay.
May I assist?
Certainly.
You roll with advantage.
But describe for me how you are assisting with this medicine check.
Looking for injuries, pointing out bruises, injuries, cuts.
Okay.
So I got a 2 and a 1.
Plus.
0.
There seem to be a number of slices across a few different parts of the body. You can't quite tell. You are holding on to the wrist, and you think that this is how people check for pulse. But as you're checking, you realize that it's really rapid, and all you can feel is your own heartbeat in your veins. You can't focus on hers.
I step back and say, I'm still a little charged up. I can't tell right now. And she kind of like walks back a little bit.
Now might be a great time to mention I have a +6 in medicine.
Are you alright, Yvain? You took a pretty bad hit.
She kind of checks herself over. Like, she's breathing okay, but she also, like, you notice that she's not standing upright as she normally would.
Maybe you should sit down and rest. And I will try to do the same thing she did. Try to check the corpse to see, or the person to see what is what their status is.
Okay. And how are you doing that?
I just want to look over basically her wounds to see if there's anything that's like if she's magically put to sleep or if she is somehow, been beat up in some way to be passed out here.
Okay. And that's going to be reflected in what kind of check?
I was going to attempt a medicine check.
Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to be sure.
Wow. A 10.
Her body is cold. The blood that you find on her seems to not be nearly as sticky as maybe it would if it were freshly sacrificed, for lack of a better word. She is dead and has been dead for at least a few hours.
I will look over to Faye. This one's not going to... She did not make it either. She may come back as one of those things. Shall we burn another?
He walks up to it, to the body, and goes, let's just make certain about that. And she attempts to do the thing where you slap someone's face, but she uses her horns, so she accidentally rams into them to try and wake them up, just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Nice. 20.
This body has not had a soul in it for the better part of 5-6 hours. Nothing can bring this person back.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, I feel bad because this one still looks like a person, so I'm just gonna. And she closes her eyes, and she stows away her scimitar that she still apparently has. Runs her hand across one of her horns and just blows. And this time it's less of a fire and more of a blanket of embers that turn into a bonfire.
Okay.
But it kind of looks like it's a shroud over it instead of kaboom.
I feel bad as well, but if there is a necromancer here, we are protecting ourselves and the city.
Essim is just holding her holy symbol and whispering to herself.
Okay.
I'll march up to Cade.
Mm.
Put my hands on her shoulder. Are you okay?
Yeah, I've been better. I lean over and I pick up my javelin and use it as a walking stick, basically, and lean against it. And I'm like, that was.
Listen to me. Look at my eyes.
Okay.
You cannot go running forward into a big open room like that.
Well, what else were we gonna do? We were planning on all running forward, and then I was the only one that ran.
Yeah, you can't trust these people. Okay? Can't trust that they're gonna have your back. Gotta be smart. Gotta use your brain. Can't let them get on all sides like that.
Okay.
Does the rest of the party hear this?
I'm like whisper yelling at her.
In common?
Technically, we could have had this whole conversation in halfling, but
I didn't call it. What? Fuck it.
no, we didn't call it. So
I'm wound up.
But what I'm gonna call is break time. I think that's a great place to leave it for now.
Nice
And we
cliffhanger.
will. Oh yeah, everybody
The
sitting on the
whole-
edge of their
the
seats.
whole party just turns and stares at them.
We're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break, but we'll be back soon.
All right.
And we are back over in the cave.
Welcome back. We left with some tension potentially brewing. Let's watch.
You can't trust these people. It's just you and me. That's it. They said they were gonna run in. They didn't.
Look, there's not much we can do when they surround us in a tiny little corner. I'm just saying.
Also, I mean, I shoot things from a distance. What do you expect me to do? I'm not stupid. I'm not going to get surrounded by these things.
You calling me stupid?
I didn't say you were stupid. I said I'm not stupid.
It was in them.
Also, you are beefy and you have big axe.
Right there.
We do have a very large axe.
Pearl does not function as well if I am up close.
Guys, I think we're missing the point of this. We all just fought these zombies together, and we won together, and we're all still alive because we worked together. So I don't know why we're fighting or blaming other people. It was our first fight, and maybe I didn't run in like I said I would. And she turns to Kate. She goes, "I'm sorry that I restrained you. I was just trying to restrain them, and you were just kind of in the way. But I think it went pretty good for our first big fight."
Gold Girl is right. It went well. We are all still alive.
I imagine, this is just my headcanon, that Kessam's standing like this and has two short people, like, just hands on foreheads. Like...
Literally, that's why I put myself there.
Yvain is still sitting down on the other side, and she's like, look, I get that we haven't known each other for that long, but if we're going to continue to fight together, you're going to have to trust us to some extent. Just like we're trusting you.
You guys got shields and swords and stuff, and if you're not gonna back her up on that, I guess I'm gonna have to.
I do not have a sword. It is a primitive weapon, but
Dak, you're supposed to stay back in the backpack.
This ain't-
Stack, I assume that you have not seen much combat prior to this, yes?
In a little.
It is my experience that everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, their skills that set them apart. I would not be good wielding a sword, but I'm quite effective, as you saw, from a distance. You cannot blame us for playing to our skills. Your sister is quite strong.
If it
Dang
makes
right.
you feel better, I can go forward, but I don't know how long I'm gonna last. They hit hard.
That's true. Not
I haven't
everyone.
been out. Yeah, like I haven't been out adventuring enough. They really hit hard, harder than I expect, at least.
I think if we're all there in a line like we're supposed to, nobody's getting surrounded, nobody's getting mugged. You have each other's backs, and That's just that.
We will try to do better from here, Stack.
Thank you.
Hey, Kendall. Take a point of DM inspiration, please.
Yay!
Really appreciate the RP and dedication to character.
Back to kiss some backpack, grab my paper bag out of it, and go start hyperventilating around a corner.
So,
Yes.
where do we go from here? It looks like there are two different directions we can go. Anyone have any ideas?
Well, Faye goes to this one with her bright light that she did not turn off. Can I see anything?
You can, but give me a moment because I gotta draw quickly around lines. Do 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 do.
Also, out of character,
The hallway curves around. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Kendall knows your strengths and weaknesses. Stack doesn't, so just
I know.
putting that out, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the little tunnel leads off to, I think technically that's the north on this map. Yeah, to the north. And then turns left a bit, and you can't see around the corner from where you are.
She goes, well, this one looks curvy. And then she walks to the other one and looks to see if she can see anything on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're hearing the echo on Cameron's mic. Yeah, Kendall's mic.
How dare you?
I did it. Yeah, I know. Sorry, bud.
How dare you play multiple games?
I know, right?
Sorry, trying to make this not look like a hot mess, but I'm not getting very far. Alright. It leads straight.
This map was very close to looking like a uterus, to be honest.
It's still kind of uterus.
I mean, it still kind of
I
does.
can't unsee it now. Yep.
Damn
I was waiting
it!
for the other one to curve up, and I was like,
Does it curve back
Damn it!
around?
which fallopian tube will we go through? Look, there's like an egg right in the center. It's perfect.
So what does that make
Alright,
us?
we are moving on, please. I'm putting my foot down. We're moving on.
Can I check out
Okay.
the before we leave this room? Can I check out the boulder? Look for if there's any symbols left behind after Faye did her carpet of embers. Since there's been a fresh body put on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation check.
I was hoping for religion, but okay. Oh, 18. I'm good with investigation.
No.
You know, you spend a while digging around. You think you maybe see a couple of shapes, but then you realize no, it's just from the position of where the body was laying. Just the blood pooled into a weird spot. But you take a couple moments, and over a section where it looks like the blood has gathered a number of times over and over and over again, you pull out a little like pocket knife, and you scrape it away a little bit, and you can see underneath of it is what looks to be an eye.
Is it a eyeball or a symbol of an eye?
It is the symbol of an eye, like almost a cartoon drawn, not anime style, but cartoony eye.
Is it a symbol?
Not very large, and maybe half the size of your palm.
Is it a symbol she would recognize from anything?
You can make a religion check for that.
Dirty 20.
You don't.
Oh, that's more
Yeah.
alarming.
Damn, yeah.
You don't.
That is way more alarming.
Some cult vibes.
Should leave.
Guys, I learned a lot about the gods, and I don't know what this is.
I think it's an eye.
Yes.
If it's actually a necromancer, it's probably not god related.
But believe it or not, they did teach us how to look for signs of necromancy.
Man, should we rest here? Some of us are looking a little bit more worse for wear.
Just nowhere near this thing.
How long? Just for a bit.
Go ahead.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Evane, before she walks over to inspect the symbol, will lean over to Faye and say, for someone that spends all of his time hiding in a backpack, and this is in Sylvan, he sure has a lot of opinions on how we need to fight.
She says back in Sylvan. Apparently, courage is hiding. Luckily, we're all working as a team, so we'll do better next time, I guess. At least in Stack's opinion. And she kind of like makes a face.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go check out that symbol. She walks over. DM, this isn't one I have seen before, correct? The one I'm thinking of in particular is the one I saw in my
No.
dad's. Okay,
They are very different.
cool. Thank you.
Make a history check. No. Make an insight check.
Okay. A 7.
You have no idea about anything about anything. It's an eye. And an eye is for seeing sometimes? Maybe?
Right. Shall we go to the right?
It points to this direction, whichever direction that is for you. She goes, that one's straight. And then she points the other way. She goes, that one's curvy. I don't see anything in either of them, though.
How is Cade looking?
Not great. Definitely leaning very heavily on her javelin right now and covered in guts and blood. So,
If we don't want to stay in this chamber, I have something. It's just costly.
Evane will walk up to Cade and before reaching out says, may I?
yeah, sure.
She will kind of gently lay her left arm onto Cade where she's leaning and cast Healing Word. I'm sorry, Cure Wounds. You get 6 points of healing back.
Wow. I feel a lot better. Thanks.
Evane will nod and walk away.
Well, maybe
Okay.
have your back after all.
Are you here or are you breathing into a bag right now?
I came back. I passed
Oh.
my panic attack save.
Mm.
Kessim will lower her backpack. You want to climb in?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
You can stay out of the backpack, but please stay next to Kessim. Yeah, we will.
Now, after you did that,
Not particularly,
okay.
but I will.
I don't think opinions from me are landing very well. Should make it a point to look for traps as we move forward.
I don't know how that opinion wouldn't land very well. It's very smart.
Yeah, well, so was my strategy for fighting, but
Perhaps it was the way in which you said the thing rather than the thing itself.
I just don't like to see you get hurt. That's all.
I know. I know that. That they're new. They don't really get the dynamic thing.
Have to make a hole.
I hold out my hand to you.
I grab his hand. Yep.
Let's go
Any
see what the plan
terrors.
is.
Okay.
You feel well enough to go forward, Cade?
Yeah. Thanks a lot for that. I know it wasn't exactly the nicest things that were said before then, but I appreciate it.
Doesn't matter what's said. It's about having your back, like Stack said.
Okay. Stack said that maybe we should check for traps because we keep getting rained on.
Sure, we can do that on both tunnels.
Bjorn will nod and push a button on the side of his visor and begin just scanning the ground looking for traps. Just using investigation.
Sure, go right ahead.
$17.
Right.
There are a couple of small rocks that you kick to the side that maybe somebody could trip over. But you make sure that you scan the sides of the walls, the ceiling above you, and you feel fairly confident. Nobody is laying in wait for you here.
Okay. Can I walk forward a little ways, like a little ways down the tunnel and continue scanning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We need to back him up.
Does
not gonna
Bjorn
go
have
too
dark
far.
vision?
Yes. 60
Okay.
feet.
So everybody stay where they are.
Did I make it this far when I said so? We need to back
It's fine.
him up.
Yep. Alright, you know what? For the sake of time, we're going to this kind of messy, and you're going to see a lot more.
I mean, oh,
Whoa,
there we go.
a giant
Okay.
kidney.
And
What is that?
Alright,
Oh,
so
it's the ovary.
I was just thinking the same thing.
so I can see the whole thing, and that's why I said we're moving on, because I see it. I see all of it.
It gets worse, you're saying?
It gets
And
worse.
then-
Alright,
Gotta give this
so,
base a hysterectomy.
the passage you just walked through is about 10 feet high in most places, with rough, irregular walls. Protruding spurs on the walls are coated in dried blood. Eventually, the natural passage widens out. I cannot speak tonight, apparently. The star-shaped cavern ahead has many clefts in its walls. Only 2 across the cavern seem large enough to traverse. 3 beings lurch about in the area. One is costumed like a bear. Another is dressed as a lady in a frilly dress and thick makeup. And the last is costumed as a jester with jingling bells on its collar and sleeves. And the 3 move in and out and around, dancing jerkily to some music that you do not hear.
And do they see us or detect us?
You are not sure, but they don't seem to be moving outside of their dance patterns.
Okay. I will make my way back down the tunnel until I see everyone, and be like, there are 3 very odd people in the next room. They're wearing costumes. One is dressed like a bear, and the other is like a clown jester thing, and the other one is I don't know, an old lady. I'm not sure, but they're dancing around something, and there's no music, so I'm not sure what to think. I think we should just kill them to be safe. Because who would be in a place like this, dressed like that, and dancing like that?
Are you sure that your head is okay?
My head is fine. If you go down the hall, you will see for yourself.
I mean, honestly, kind of reminds me of home.
Are they still alive at home? Because these ones are about not to be.
Oh yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think they're still alive.
Mostly.
Why don't we see what's in the other tunnel first?
All right. I agree with you, but do we leave someone here? I will stay here and make sure they don't try to come from behind us, flank us.
Yeah.
Hold on. Run back up cave. See if they're still dancing, or if
They're still dancing.
did it look like they saw us at all?
You can make an insight check.
Like this.
7.
You can't tell.
Gotta be honest, Beth. Did not think that this is what I would encounter here. Was 3 costume people dancing around in a circle.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Didn't expect that one.
They're still dancing. I don't think.
Is anybody particularly good at sneaking to go and check the other one just in case?
I'm okay.
I can. At least I can see in the dark well.
Oh yeah, that would probably help because you don't need a light.
And I can
Just-
go just to make sure she's safe as well.
Please don't
Or
murder
you
the
can like
3 people.
stay.
Backpack.
Whoa, what happened
Oh,
to the?
sorry, my bad.
We
My
all
bad.
die.
Yep.
Suddenly,
No, I hit
wall.
reveal area and it all disappeared. I was trying to make it more uniform so that you can see the rest of the wall if I'm just going to open up into the wall for other stuff.
Actually, Kes, I'm gonna get down.
Okay,
I'll poke around and see if I can find any.
go ahead.
She is dead. Yes, hi Evie. Alright, what are you going to do to check for traps?
I'm going to cast light on the palm of my hand and
Okay.
just kind of scan. Just kind of do this little, like almost like a flashlight, like through the walls, just kind of as I'm walking, kind of checking and peeking for any holes, any tripwires, something like that.
Sure, make an investigation check.
21.
Okay. You find a couple spider webs that seem to be placed that you're lucky you saw them and you don't go face first into them. That as far as a man-made or hidden traps, you don't see any.
Navigate. Actually, no. I'll reach out my hand. I'll freeze the spider webs with frostbite, and then just try to shatter them. We'll stay close, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now do you see the full picture?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You jerk.
Excellent.
All right. Motionless humanoid figures dressed in dirty clothes or scraps of armor are propped against the walls of this cave. Some are little more than skeletons with wisps of hair and skin stretched tightly over the bones. Others are fresher. A few old short swords lie on the dusty floor.
Nope. You know what this is?
Where they are keeping the undead?
It's weapon room.
And I kind of give this motion to you to go back.
We can't leave these here, not to hurt the next person that comes through.
You
Or
don't
the
know-
one.
We don't know the state of these.
I can find out. And I step over him.
Ah, dang. Really?
And I'll just approach whatever the closest body is.
Okay. Sure. Make a perception check.
7.
Okay. There's a number of corpses in here in various states of decay. A quick guesstimate, probably more than 10. There is one, maybe 5 feet to the left of where you stand.
I'd like to go and do a medicine check on that one.
Sure.
Cass. Do you like to know detect magic or anything like? We don't know if this is taken or not. But or I don't know. Also, if we go kill whoever is doing this, then all of these will be inert.
Well, let's check first. And I cast detect magic.
Okay. Is that using a spell slot or are you ritually casting it?
I am using my Furbolg ability to do it.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Because I can just do that. Once per day.
Okay. Have you done the medicine check yet?
Not yet.
Or okay.
Oh,
There are 3 bodies that ping with necromantic energy.
But they're inert right now.
Correct.
Okay.
See,
There's one right next to me I can see.
Well, there's a body immediately to your left.
Yeah.
That is not pinging with necromancy. But there are 3 of the more decayed, almost fully skeletal beings
So
that
there-
are pinging.
there's 5 in here.
3.
10 total. 3 are pinging.
Oh, at least 10.
At least 10
At least-
total.
Okay.
Okay. Going to very slowly back out. And hold a sacred flame if anything moves.
Well,
There are 3 with necromancy energy on them.
I told you. This weapon room.
They're still inert. They're not moving yet. We can attempt to seal this off.
Right idea.
It pains me not to give proper funeral rites, but I can't right now.
Guy that's doing this. Come back a week.
I hope. Keep backing out slowly.
So, what'd you find?
Soon to be skeletons that are gonna be alive. Or at least moving.
As you enter back into this room, the boulder that had a body on it has faint hints of necromancy as well, but doesn't seem to be active, just the remains of it.
That's not unexpected. Also, please don't touch the giant scary boulder with the mysterious eye on it.
Okay.
Oh, with your 300 feet vision, you also see it is currently the jester being that is dancing a bit sporadically and jingling a bit now that you are focusing. He is also brimming with necromancy.
Got it! Also, maybe avoid the jester.
No, I used a B. I know I used
Oh, did
a
you?
B. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I said brimming.
Oh, okay, alright.
She's just holding a sacred flame if anything with necromancy starts moving down any of these hallways.
Okay.
You said that there were things in there. Do you want me to go set them on fire?
Esum had a really good idea that we seal it, and then we come back and do proper burial rites.
Do you have a way to seal it off?
Nope.
I don't.
Neither do I.
Do we want to? Faye walks over to the boulder. She doesn't touch it. But she goes, "We can move the boulder in front of the door, in front of the opening."
This thing?
The stalag?
No, the thing with the eye on it.
Oh,
The
we're not
altar?
touching that.
Oh, well, is there another thing we could move? Is there another? The thing that fell on Cade's head?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? Is that big enough?
Is it big boulder?
I mean, alternatively, I could just blow up the tunnel.
Let's blow up this one as opposed to the dancy people one.
Right, that was
Yeah.
my intent.
And then maybe they might come through one by one because they heard a noise.
That's a good idea.
I sometimes have them.
Beth, would well, actually, I'll RP it and then I'll ask you. Yvain, do you think that together we could rig something up to blow this tunnel here?
Maybe? I mean, I can probably light maybe a switch or use my lightning to set something off. I don't know. So that way we're far enough back.
Let's try. Beth, would we be able, with Bjorn's knowledge of explosives and stuff like that, would I be able to, with Yvain's help, maybe craft some sort of really crude, like, plastic explosive, essentially, to kind of just to crumble the walls in the tunnel, to seal them in?
Using what? Because you're not at a station or anything.
I'm not. I do have a flask of oil. I have pittance. I have a flask of zombie and acid goo, which is how I labeled it in my bag. I don't really have much I could use it with. I could do it with. Yeah, probably not gonna work.
Okay. I will allow you to roll percentiles to see if there's some miscellaneous doodad on your person.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, if it helps, I have a hunting trap that we could put at the door, at the entrance, to help snap them if they try to get out.
I got an 18.
No, you don't have anything on hand.
It seems I've left most of my goods back in my room, unfortunately.
Wait a minute. Faye might actually have an idea there. You said you had a flask of oil. I have a flask of oil. If we could do a hunting trap with the flasks of oil, and I have a candle as well, it could be. It snaps the first one that steps in it, and there's a little fire. It wouldn't block them off, but it would hurt. Slow them down.
You might make a good artificer someday, Stack. That's a very good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah. I say we give that a shot. Well, you were talking about the tunnel to the left, right?
Zombie tunnel, not dancing tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one's a dead end. This one's a dead end, if we didn't say that previously.
Literally and figuratively and in a pun form.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they're deads in the end.
They'll all be dead once we're done with them.
Oh,
That is true. Dead twice over, because they're already dead. They're dead.
I don't have much I can do.
Okay, well, let's,
So we're setting a trap. And she pulls out this really big Kindle. This really big, clunky, really heavy metal, like, it's one of those hunting traps that, like, sits open and has, like, gigantic iron teeth that when you, like, accidentally step on it, it, like
a bear
smacks
trap.
closed. Literally a bear trap. And she just pulls it out and, like, happily walks over and just sets it right next to Bjorn.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it and look at you. Goat Girl, I like you more and more every time we fight.
And she just looks at you and goes,
All right, there is a bear trap.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's set it towards the mouth. Like, a little bit further in, like around the bend, so it's like a choke.
okay.
Was there?
She picks it up and moves it here.
Is there any indication that the things in there are going to come after us? Because, I mean, we're all running kind of low on our resources from that last fight. Would it not be wise to go engage the dancing fools and leave this here behind us in case one of them comes from that direction?
I think we're trying to lure them into where we're at instead of vice versa, because we got stuck last time in a tunnel, and I would prefer not to do that again.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't really discussed the left side problem.
So, if we're gonna just use the bear trap and then are we saving the oil and the...
Oh no. So, once the bear trap is set, next to the plate, I put a little candle. And then on one of the tooths, or halves of the jaw, yeah. I will. But I had string. I always buy string. Why did I not buy string?
Rope. Some rope if you need.
Thank you.
And I'll just I'll pull, like, fray the rope and pull strings out of it to fasten the that flask of oil to that teeth, so when it snaps up, the idea is it would shatter and the candle would...
Okay, I love this. I love this so much. But I do need an acrobatics check so you don't trigger this trap as you're fiddling with it.
If Faye is helping him set it up, could he get advantage since she knows how to set it up?
She already set it up and moved away.
But then she came up with the rope when I was fastening.
And I would imagine that I would be handing you the vial as well.
Okay, somebody can help you.
God bless. I am going to spend my DN inspiration.
You can re-roll ones on halfling luck.
So acrobatics,
Uh-huh.
18.
All right.
That was really good. I've done that maybe twice in my entire life. Rolled 2 1s on an
You rolled
advantage
2
roll.
ones?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Fuck that.
And then
so bad.
and then I rolled with advantage again, re-rolling the 1s, and I got a 1 and a 14. That
Fuck.
was really bad.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna go use the bathroom
Wow.
now. I'll be right back.
Wow.
Woo!
Jesus.
I almost want it to fail now.
Yeah.
The world wanted it to fail. Okay.
The world tried.
You
Okay.
would have gotten a really dark Cade for like ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that kills me because it's like it's 2d6 plus the jaw snapping damage.
Plus the fire.
Yeah.
Plus the fire and oil and
Yeah, well, no, the oil is 2d6 when it's
Oh.
lit. So and then whatever
Yeah.
the jaw is, and I have 8 HP.
Yeah.
So as
you would have been
said it-
risen as a zombie to go against your party.
Good.
Great.
So as you set the trap, I will walk over, and as I see the oil, I hesitate for a second, and I take the orange vial out of Pearl, and I load a bluish colored one into Pearl. It is probably best not to use fire to shoot over this oil. And as soon as the trap is set, I'm gonna peek around the corner, and I want to shoot one of the zombies with Mind Sliver
Okay.
to pull him towards us.
That.
I thought that's what we were doing, are we not? I thought we were trying to pull.
We are now. we are now.
We were dealing with
Alright.
left side.
That was a just in case. I thought that was like a hey, we're gonna pull them to us and one by one kill them all.
No,
Other
That was
side.
on the other side.
this is
Stand, but
This
that's
is-
fine.
no. He called it, but this is actually better
Yeah,
because we
I
can
know,
do this
I know.
again over there. Yeah.
Oh, that's
All right.
true.
Okay, that's what I'm doing then. I
Okay.
I misunderstood, but
move to
yeah,
where you're standing.
I was gonna
Everybody
stand,
move
like-
to where they are on the map.
basically gonna stand like right next to the trap.
All right, Cade, you can be moved back as Bjorn comes closer. Cade, sorry,
Sorry,
Stack.
guys.
Sorry. All right. Make an attack roll at disadvantage because technically he is prone.
It's a save,
Okay.
I think. Mind Sliver?
Yeah, it's a save.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
They an intelligence save, DC 13. I bet he's real good at that.
Oh yeah.
You're just tempting the rolls, man, by saying things
I
like
wish
that.
I could display it to you guys. 15 minus 2 is a 13.
Oh, he makes it. Of course he makes
Let's
it.
roll initiative.
All right.
Oh man.
Sorry, y'all. I
mean, it worked. It woke them up, but
Whoops.
you know.
I am unwell.
Well, I'm also not in a good spot because if this shit blows up, I'm gonna eat it right here.
Yup.
Hold on,
I am way.
And of course they rolled higher than me. Of course they did. Neat.
I didn't
We're missing
click.
somebody. Who
I
are we
didn't
missing?
click my token. Sorry.
Let's add you.
Beth, you were killing it with the initiative rolls.
I know.
God,
Stop.
the worst.
I'm so dead right now.
Hey, at least you're at better health than.
I'm at full health, but 2d6 will probably
Yeah.
kill me.
Okay, so I'm looking at the rules for oil. I was actually wrong. It covers a 5-foot square,
Okay.
and it deals 5 fire damage for 2 rounds to any creature that moves through it, and if it ends its turn there, it's an additional 5. But it's only
Okay.
for 2 rounds. I might be thinking of Alchemist Fire for the
Yeah.
2d6.
Before we officially begin, I just want to say this was not a fight of my creation. All right, you guys laid your own trap.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Well, and my dumbass pulled it.
Well,
They were
Okay.
just gonna stay there, but now it's on. Faye,
It was nice knowing
you're
y'all.
get out of the tunnel.
This is Iron Man's like suits of armor that he just has in his basement, just chilling. Like
So the oil is contained within a glass vial, correct?
correct.
yes.
Yeah.
2 glass vials,
So when the jaws snap, they'll.
Okay, so
right? Because Bjorn
theoretically-
handed one and Stack had one, so there are 2 vials of oil.
So theoretically, it won't catch on fire unless the trap is sprung.
That is correct.
Well, unless the candle is lit, which it wasn't
Candle.
lit
The
yet.
candle is
The
lit.
candle is lit.
So
Yeah.
if you picture the trap, right? The
Boom,
plate's
it
in the
breaks.
middle. There's a candle here in the center next to the plate, and there's oil on either side. Oil flasks.
Okay.
And we just made a fireball because all that oil is gonna aerosolize.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Don't give her ideas. Shh.
Well, Faye,
Get the fuck out of that tunnel right now.
Yeah, get out.
Well, my
Faye
intent was to shoot
walked
and run.
front,
Where's Stack?
and
Oh, Faye moved
Stack
forward.
is
I see.
underneath
Sorry.
Faye. Yes, yes. So Faye moves forward into the same square, and for more measure, just to make it even more difficult for them, she casts Create Bonfire right in front of the bear trap, so that they have to get through fire and then through the bear trap to be able to get out.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
We are playing a fucking dangerous
And then-
game.
She runs out, and she's like, "I don't know what the hell's going on, but apparently they're coming for us."
Remember that message she sent in chat earlier about one of us dying in the pre-stream
Stream?
games?
I
This guy.
I did ask, knowing that tonight would be difficult, but not knowing this whole thing is because you rolled 6% and set your own
Yeah.
trap. We haven't even
Mhm.
gotten to the hard part yet, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
New party.
The dancing
Okay.
people are gonna come up behind us mid zombie fight. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So that was Faye's turn. Stack, you're up.
Mr. Dr. Bjorn, what? Okay. I will. I can't see any of them. I can't see that guy.
No.
You can still
Uh,
see from Faye's light.
The one here, let me make sure I'm on the right layer. This guy on the right has, we'll say, half cover.
Brilliant. Con save. As I pull that prism out and give it a twirl, that same blue energy crystallizes in all his joints.
21.
Oh, he saves brilliantly. Yeah. Well, at least
Constitution, I am bone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I after we kill him, I guess we can take a rest here, and I'll just take off and climb in backpack.
All right, acrobatic check, please.
Are you helping me with my running out of there?
Yeah, I'll give you a boost.
16.
You did it twice? Oh, because you had advantage. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, the shift didn't go through.
All right.
I think your advantage is just Cade literally grabbing him and picking him.
Uh-huh.
Is Kessim just literally just scooping him up?
I just assumed she squatted and he just like climbed in, but that's fine too. Okay. We'll start on the right. First, he's going to use half of his movement to stand up, and then he's gonna go. We'll see how smart he is. Not terrible. He is going to shoot a bow at Bjorn. Or shoot an arrow at Bjorn
All
with
right,
his bow.
they have weapons in the area. It's fine.
That was a 15 hit.
Yep.
For... Is that the damage? That is the damage. 6 points of piercing damage to Bjorn.
Yeah. I
All
was
right.
an adventurer, and I took an arrow to the knee. got?
I said we were going to start right. So the middle one is going to stand up and move. That's half. Let's see how smart he is. Does not have any fucks to give. This needs to go to back. All right. What happens when he steps into the bonfire?
If you step into the fire, hold on. Any creature in the bonfire space must make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage.
17 dexterity.
That saves.
This is a cantrip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wild.
Okay. 15. Let's see if he can. I'm going to impose a dexterity saving throw for this trap.
Was
Which
he also
crit.
Oh,
He crit his dexterity saving throw.
he just jumped
That-
over the trap.
Beth, I have a question.
Yes.
All of them were prone, right? So they had to use half their movement to stand up?
Correct. So he is
Okay.
technically dashing. So he
Okay.
gets to where he is, but he can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And he is straddling the trap.
Well, that sounds very dangerous.
Next is the one on the left, who's going to use half of his movement to stand up. And then see how smart he is. He's pretty smart too. So he'll move to the other side of the fire and shoot at Bjorn.
Do you have any cover?
Does a 16 hit.
Do you have any cover in the hallway?
From the rock wall and the other skeleton, and the bonfire he's shooting over.
Sure.
Oh,
You can have
kind
half
of benevolent DM. Good.
You can have half cover.
Half
Does a
cover
16 hit?
is plus
Plus
2,
two.
right?
Yeah.
Still hits. I don't have my shield yet.
Oh, baby.
No.
Hi, Bjorn.
For
Mhm.
7 points of piercing damage.
Bjorn's down.
Cade!
But not insta-dead, right?
Nope.
I am going. Oh crap. So I move 10 feet up. I'm gonna grab on to Bjorn and drag him out of the tunnel.
Okay. Because you are a size smaller,
Mm-hmm.
make a strength check for me.
Dokie dokie. Strength check. Strength. Don't fail me now. Where is? Oh, that's an 8.
You tug and tug and tug, but you cannot move him.
Okay. What does that just like eat up my action or my bonus action or?
So, whatever your movement was to get there,
Mhm.
we'll say you used a bonus action to attempt to move him. When you realized you couldn't, you
Mhm.
stopped. So you still have an action. If you had moved him, it would have been your full action.
Okay. So, because I'm a halfling, I can inhabit the same space as another person. So I'm going to, just like maneuver so that I am in his space, and I'm gonna whack at the immediate threat with my great axe as my action.
Sure.
Does a 24 hit?
It
I
does,
hope-
in fact, hit.
Beth,
Yes.
I just realized, not to retroactive things, I have DM inspiration. Could I possibly make you re-roll the attack roll that dropped me? It's after the fact, though, so if not, that's okay.
Because I'm a kind of benevolent DM, you guys get one. This is your reminder. In the future, you have to say it when it happens at the end of your turn, unless it's more than like 30 seconds into the next person's. That's it.
All right.
But yes, you can spend it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Spent.
All right.
I always forget that I have it.
A 7. Does a 7 hit?
A 7 misses.
Okay. So, since we're retconning.
Yeah. Can we rewind, please?
Yep. You have your entire move over again, Cade.
Sorry, Cade.
It's okay.
I won't make you re-roll your attack, though, if that's what you were going to do. Because that's not fair.
I'm not going to go in there. No. He's not down. Well, actually, he's still going to have an attack of opportunity if he moves. I'm going to instead throw a javelin at the guy that's on the trap. Actually,
Okay.
I'm going to throw a javelin at the trap to snap up into the guy who is straddling it currently.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh boy. Oh, natural 20, which is a 19.
Thank God.
Which is exactly what you needed to realize. If you do that, you're going to kill Bjorn in the process. Literally anything less than a natural 20, I would have let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, that would absolutely track, which is why I suggested it. Yeah, I'm going to just ready a javelin attack for when Bjorn moves back and out of the way.
Okay.
Now that I'm
I
smart.
assume a thrown javelin attack. I assume. Okay. Bjorn.
Okay. Is this skeleton thing wearing metal of any sort? Metal chainmail or shield or anything?
It technically is wearing armor scraps. He does not have a shield. No. It's leather armor. We'll call
made
it
of metal.
Studded. Yeah. It's
So
studded leather armor.
So if it's studded, if he has metal armor, I get advantage on this attack specifically. That's why I'm asking.
Let me roll. I'm not just going to make this call.
Yep.
98. Yes, he has a couple little beads of metal on his scraps of armor.
So then I am going to push a button on the end of my pistol, and 3 little like tongs are going to stick out like a taser, and I'm going to hit Shocking Grasp and jam it into his armor.
Okay.
Awesome description. I love that.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 3, so I miss. I assume. So it's an 8. Yep.
That's a miss.
So he can still take reactions, but I'm gonna risk it and get the fuck out of there. So I'm gonna move, because if I hit, he can't take reactions. So attack of opportunity.
All right, he's gonna swing with his short sword for an 8.
That misses. Thank God.
Okay.
And I'm gonna duck around the corner. Right there.
Okay. Cade, your held action is triggered.
Yes, it is. All right. Javelin. 24 to hit.
That'll hit. All right, don't bother rolling damage because you were throwing it at the mechanism and not the skeleton. So, let's do this. All right, he's going to take 10 points of fire damage because there's 2 flasks and they both ignite. He's going to take, I'm going to say 66 points of piercing damage because it's a fucking bear trap.
Yes!
We really should have just used this on the thing that's covered like a bear, and it would have been really...
One more time. We can do this one more time.
All right. So 10 points of fire
Trap.
damage. He is ignited. There's 16 points of piercing damage. He literally explodes in a little ball of fiery bone death. I
we able
need
to
a
watch
dexterity saving throw from Cade and from both skeletons.
Oh,
And
okay.
both skeletons got a 4, so they're also going to take piercing damage from bone fragments that are shot their way.
Yes,
Nice.
that's stack in the backpack. Just
I got a 4.
Oh, fuck.
all 3 people got 4s. That's hilarious. So the first skeleton takes 6 points of piercing, as literally like a couple fingers are just shot off of its arm or hand. It's connected to the hand, Beth. This one takes 1 point. Cade, you are going to take 2 points of piercing damage as bone fragments shoot your way.
Not bad, not bad.
And he is obliterated.
And everything knows we're here because we just made a kaboom.
Yvain, you're up.
Hey Alex, I think you got your clips for this video. I'm just putting that out. The planning process and this, and that's it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Alexandra is so
I
disappointed.
literally just wrote down the timestamp for this bear trap. It's like,
The safety compliance person in me is just dying.
I've never seen a trap actually work before, so
Yeah.
good job.
does it just like partially singe off my eyebrows a little bit?
If you would like to make that decision for your own character, yes.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I didn't imagine the fireball getting that far, but the bones exploding absolutely would shoot off with force and momentum.
Yvain will move to the middle of the room, and she's essentially, she has her crossbow out right now. She is holding her action until another skeleton makes its way through and she can see it to shoot it.
Okay. Cassim.
So all 3 of the things she expected to happen didn't. So she's just gonna hold a sacred flame for anything that's visible that comes around that corner.
All right.
Actually,
Hey. Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
And she's gonna back up so somebody is pseudo watching this side.
Okay. Oh, I moved him too far. Okay, Faye.
Hey. If this works, she walks the 20 feet forward, resets the trap, and then walks 15 feet back.
Okay. Stack.
Yeah. He is just so fucking excited that any part of this worked at all, and he is. He's gonna just hold a frostbite for the first skeleton to come in range. Also, or the triggers for any undead to come in range. So if anything behind us got alerted, he'll.
Okay. Cade.
Kate does not want to get hit in the face with any more bone chippies.
Oh shit! No.
I think you deleted your skeleton. I was just gonna say I think it goes before Cade.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
You deleted the one
Yep.
that you were using for initiative.
I did. I am killing it on initiative.
Damn, another 20 point. Well, let's just go back to 15. That was better.
It was 17 something, right?
Yeah.
17.14. All right. So down to Skellington.
Two skellies.
Right one first. See how smart he is now. Very smart. He will attempt to shoot an arrow. Let's see. But he can't see anybody. So he's going to say fuck it. And we'll move forward. Alright, what does he need for bonfire?
Needs a.
Dex save.
I think it's a dex save.
Yeah.
15.
Yes.
Yeah.
That saves.
He just like steps over it completely by accident. Wasn't trying to avoid it. Just stepped over. Dexterity saving throw. 8. Trap springs.
It would only spring once.
She resets.
No, she
Oh,
resets
oh,
on her
I
turn.
I missed that when I was away. Sorry.
It's just not on fire. Or is it on fire? It's not on fire.
No.
Yeah.
Takes 20 points of piercing damage and is also exploded.
You don't even need the fire. It's just the trap. This trap is insane.
I don't want to
Good.
delete him because then I'm just gonna mark him as an X because he's the one with the initiative.
Okay.
But I do need Cade and Faye to make dexterity save. No, you moved back one, right? No, Cade and Faye need
No.
dexterity saving throws.
Did not, because it wasn't my turn. Save.
Oh,
19.
All right, Cade, you've seen this before.
Yeah,
You
I
dive to
know.
the side.
I brace for impact.
The skeleton in the back gets hit. Faye, you take 6 points of piercing damage as bone comes shooting at you.
Yikes.
This other guy, it is now his turn. Is not smart enough to stay out of the fire. Takes a step forward. 11 dexterity.
Failed. He failed.
good.
2 points of fire damage.
All right. He is mostly a very blackened 1.5-legged, no armed being just walking your way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He has no arms, so he can't use his bow, so he's just going to double move to get here. And that's his turn.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
I got
He has no veins.
I
He's
got
a skeleton.
I got a held action.
Same.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's destroy him. Bjorn did not have one. Yvain is first.
She's gonna try to shoot her crossbow.
Okay.
That'll hit 23.
It will. Yep.
6 points of piercing damage.
And he crumples.
She kind of like has her, she's literally just been holding her arm there, waiting for the moment. And as soon as he comes around the corner right above Cade, she shoots an arrow through its eye and it falls back.
So
Let's be
I'm
clear. Suck it. I suck it.
Into the ocular cavity.
I'm gonna immediately run forward and jump up above Tessum and high five Cade.
Stack! Damn it!
While that's happening, Faye goes and picks up the bear trap, shakes off the excess oil, and puts it back in her bag.
Really? We should
Nice.
put it at the other tunnel.
That went well, yes?
Yeah.
It
It
worked. I
hurt a
got to
little.
see them smash and fire. She's like wild eyes. She's so excited.
And I'm going to after I jump up and high five, I realize there's an arrow in my gut still. So I'm gonna kind of kneel down, grip my teeth, and snap the arrow in half, and then try to like pull it out, but it's getting caught on my back armor.
You have to push. You have to push it out. Yeah, here. I'll hop down. Move right to the back.
You're gonna pull it out the rest of the way.
Try to, yeah. Put a little halfling knee in your back and just.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that did not feel very good.
We should make
But we're alive.
We should make more traps with this.
Absolutely, my friend. You smell that? It smells delicious. And that, it is called napalm.
I like
Not really.
that name.
Bjorn likes the smell of it in the morning.
With my coffee.
Mm.
Okay.
Twin sense. Apparently, we speak at the same time.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we should do that again at the other tunnel because it worked twice.
Well, I'm kind of holding the back of Bjorn's spleen shut. Like, maybe we should just take a moment. I'm not saying we sleep for a full thing, but we could put the trap back down in the front of this cave and sleep with the dead people. Not sleep, just take a minute, eat some food, revel in the glory that was that. For about an hour.
Yes, I could use a rest.
Yeah.
Same.
Is the bonfire still going?
No,
Okay.
not anymore.
Just
Let it
making
go.
sure.
I'm gonna go get up and pat Stack on the shoulder and then go sit against the wall and hold my stomach.
Okay, yeah, but not here. Let's go back all the way into the room, the weapon closet, and we'll do this there.
Are we setting the trap first?
Yeah, but you need.
We have to be inside before we can set the trap.
He's looking worse for wear, and I'll try to do the put an arm over the shoulder and pick up, but I'm your height sitting down, and I'm frail as fuck. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you don't have to roll. It just doesn't work.
It's all right, little one. You've done enough. Thank you. And I'll get up and head into the hallway and kind of limp into the hall. And then I'm gonna sit down and pull out some of my what were they called? The crumbles, the cookie crumbles.
crumb cake.
A crumble cake.
Crumble cake. Yeah, and start
The
eating.
room is full of corpses.
Yeah,
It
I was
is.
gonna say there's
Yep.
still more corpses in there. You're not alone.
I thought they were all gone. That was just those three.
Those are
Nope.
the
Those
there were
three were the
some
only
of
ones
them.
that pinged with necromancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit. I thought that's what he was just saying to go in the room. I wasn't paying attention.
No,
apparently.
I was saying that. I said let's take a
He
short
was.
rest with the corpses.
No.
Okay,
don't-
then.
We just short rest here and then put the trap at the mouth of the other tunnel.
Yes, thank you. Someone
what
is
I-
making sense.
Oh,
That's what I intended to do originally.
okay, mate. Sorry, I just got excited.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a good idea, but I think other people are not so keen on, being around corpses. Don't have a stomach like yours, Stack.
While they're having this conversation, Faye walks into the room and stands at the mouth and casts Create Bonfire on each of the corpses that are left in the room so that they all burn so that they can't be used for necromancy again.
Okay. It takes a little over a minute because there were closer to 15 corpses still in this room, but you can absolutely do that.
She comes back and she says, "Just so you know, the corpses are gone. So they're it's a little ashy in there. Like there's like a haze in the room. So I wouldn't recommend going in there and like sniffing it into your. Yeah, you don't want corpse dust in your lungs. But they can't be used for evil again. It's probably better that they met that fate than whatever else could have happened to them."
Thank you, Faye.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Faye, do you mind setting up the trap at the mouth of the tunnel on the other side?
She looks Yvain right in the eye and goes, I was waiting for someone to ask. And she skips over and she pulls out the thing again and just goes and puts it down.
I'm coming. Wait, no, further in the cave, because if we learned anything from the first time, when the skeletons explode, shrapnel goes everywhere. So if it's further in, we won't get hit, but we'll still hear it.
So she puts it like right around this curve where it was like
Mm-hmm. Like a choke
there'd
point.
be a little bit of cover if anyone snapped on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
There you go. Yeah, as you go to place it, you see that these beings are still just dancing.
Really?
Really?
There's
Still
some
dancing.
creepy magic going on that I can see.
Okay. I don't like that.
So we're doing the whole oil fire thing too,
Oil, just the trap.
Just the trap.
or just the trap?
So I don't know about Mr. Dr. Byrne, but I have one more vial of oil. But the trap seemed to do most of it by itself.
I think we
Okay.
can save the oil.
All right, it's resting time.
Yvain will walk up to Bjorn and say, you know, that almost was very stupid of you.
Yes, I agree. I did not intend for that to go like it did, but it worked out.
You should be more careful.
You're right. Thank you for your concern.
She starts to reach her hand up and then decides not to touch you, and then she turns back around.
Cade looks at all of this and is like, "You two are still awkward." Interesting.
You say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
It is. I took arrow to my gut.
Sure, but she didn't.
I mean, she could not help that I am beautiful.
I mean, yeah, probably.
She turns back around and just flicks you off.
With the metal hand?
Yep.
And Bjorn winks as he eats his crumble cake.
All right. Are we short resting?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a little bit of RP I'd like to tackle during it if we're not interrupted.
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
I'll sit down next to Cade and be like, "That was awesome, right?"
Yeah, super cool.
What I was trying to before when I was getting so hot is that you got to use the choke points to your advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think we were just in a bad situations. Plus, I got like surprised by that boulder. Sometimes those rocks just like sneak up on you. It's not great.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know where to have Cade.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm not the one that you would need to apologize to. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, you didn't like offend me, but I think like Yvain kind of took it personally.
Oh.
Because then she healed me, and she just kind of like walked off. So maybe just like a sorry, or like a I was in the moment kind of a thing might help.
I'm gonna walk over to Yvain.
So like pat him on the back as he goes. My own guidance, but it's not magical.
Sibling guidance.
Sibling guidance.
I'll tap you, Vane, on like the hip, something. I don't know.
He's sitting down.
Oh, you're sitting down. Just all right. So I walk up to you and I look you eye to eye. So it has been brought to mind that perhaps I spoke harshly before. I was wound up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't blame you. It's your sister. Of course you're going to be overprotective and anxious and nervous that your sister is rushing into battle every time. I mean, she's pretty good at it, so I wouldn't be too concerned going forward, but I understand. As having siblings, you just kind of worry about them all the time.
No, and what Mr. Dr. Bjorn said, I haven't really been in a lot of fights, but I've read a lot of books, tactics and stuff, and that was not. I don't know. It frustrates me when things don't go according to plan or supposed to. I get flustered. And when plans go right, is the best thing ever. He just kind of points off to the right hand side. That's it.
I understand, and I'm glad that, you're able to come up with grand schemes with Bjorn. I think you guys have a good knack for it. Something that takes a lot of time, and you clearly have the talent for it, so I hope you guys continue to be able to work on that together.
This was very awkward. I'm gonna leave. I just walked away.
To make it even more awkward, Kate just goes, yeah! Across the whole cavern.
And then after I'm sitting down over there, I finish the cake, and then kind of look down, and I'm still bleeding. So I kind of stand up and take my trench coat off, and then tear one of the sleeves off of my shirt, and kind of make a bandage out of it, basically, and wrap it around myself.
Okay.
And you see that the sleeve that was ripped off, Bjorn's arms are all just covered in burn marks and scars.
Kessim, at the mention of siblings protecting each other, just visibly wilts.
You guys are able to get a short rest in. You may spend any hit die or do any recovery that you can on a short rest.
Roll
My
hit die.
tiny hit die.
1d8 plus 2. Come on. Oh, full healing. Okay. I tied that bandage real well.
Hey, good hit die for everybody. Look at that.
Thank God.
Beth, I used arcane work.
Okay. You will also reach level 2. The only benefits you get from it right now, since you are completing a short rest, are you will go up whatever your max hit point is. You can gain that health. But you do not get any of your spell slots for leveling up until you complete a long rest.
Okay.
So how would we do that in D&D Beyond?
We can probably just give ourselves temp hit points for now.
No,
Okay.
You get your hit points. Just whatever spell slots you get, just spend them.
Or that.
Or that.
Do I get my arcane tradition?
Whatever features you would normally get at second level, yes. The only thing you don't get are the spell slots.
Oh,
and you cannot use any spells that you learn in second level until you take a long rest, even if it is a first level spell.
Okay.
You don't get that particular knowledge until after.
Yeah, but
Can
channel
you-
divinity.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and drop that in our general chat so I remember?
Yeah, I'll put it in Discord. Absolutely.
Double digits,
and
guys. Let's go.
I got a 7 on my D8.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you're
all did
being risky rolling for health. Looks like Cade was too.
That was my short rest hit die.
That was
wasn't-
your short rest.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Um,
I only get to add first level spells, so I just have to remember to not use first level spells.
That is correct. You don't actually gain that knowledge until you complete a long rest.
Okay.
Oh.
You don't allow any of the other DMs like Will and Rocky and any of their homebrew spells, correct?
No. I am not opposed to potentially adding some homebrew spells and items. Well, definitely items. But it'll be on a case-by-case basis and be specifically for those games.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Officially a wildfire druid.
Yay!
Yay!
Officially,
Get it
officially a
done.
scribe.
Channel divinity is gonna be fun.
Quick rules question. I can use shield on Tessum while I'm in the backpack. Could I use absorb elements on her as well?
No. No. And the reason behind that is I imagine the shield being like a physical, like little bubble that appears around the both of you. But you don't necessarily gain anything from spending it on her. Whereas if you used absorb elements, you would then retain that potential damage to deal at another time.
A melee weapon attack, which I will never do as this character. We can talk about
Yeah,
later.
I'm still gonna say no.
Okay, yeah.
That cat hair all over my face. So, while we all do the fun mechanics of leveling up to level 2, let's do good thing, bad thing. We're just gonna go in a random order. I'm just gonna roll a d6. Look at that. 5 is Nikki.
Good thing I think the RP really came through this session, like noticeably different than previous. I like having a little bit of tension in multiple ways, and I really enjoyed kind of the effort that has been put in this session in particular. I love the little nuggets that were dropped. Bad thing is that I'm still trying to figure out how to play Vayne to her best strengths in combat. She can be either or ranged or up front, and I'm trying to do a range because she's still squishy right now. But that's still like I, still decide that I want to go first because that's just how I normally play my characters. So I need to kind of ease up on that a little bit.
Okay. Next up is Alexandra.
I'm not gonna steal good thing we leveled up because that feels too easy. Good thing I thought I was going to use all of my special home item, keeping people alive, and I didn't have to do that because we only had one near death. I'm just never gonna be able to hold spell slots with this group. It's fine.
I assume that's your bad thing?
Yeah,
no.
bad thing. Sure, bad thing. The safety person inside of me is screaming. Just, this is not how we do things.
This is why we play pretend.
I know.
So we can break the laws of logic and physics.
That trap was pretty on point, though, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted in Discord. Apparently, a hunting trap has a piercing damage of 1d4, and I gave it 66. So fuck it. It is now officially 66 because it's a fucking bear trap.
I like it.
Nice.
Whatever. Next up is 3, which for me is Miranda.
That was pretty good, Kendall. Thank you. I think that my good thing was that I actually used things that I had today. I kind of forgot about my mystery magical item. And that was very helpful for being able to make everyone see things. And I liked the innovation of our trap. That was very fun. Bad thing, we didn't get very far. I mean, we leveled up, but we are exactly where we were at the end of last session before we left. So,
All right, next is Will.
I think good thing was some of the RP. I agree with Nikki. The little tidbits that people drop were nice. Bad thing, also kind of good thing. Bad thing was I thought what happened with the trap, me being stupid, not to be honest, that was not. I got distracted and wasn't fully paying attention. So when that was explained, for some reason I was like, we're gonna lure these guys in and kill them first to be safe, and and then go for the other guys. And so took the shot, paid for it, almost died technically, or got knocked out, but it worked out because the explosion was cool. So yeah,
Nice.
bad thing was good thing, I guess.
Kendall's up next.
So my bad thing is we chained a bunch of skill checks for one thing. We did this twice with looking at the eye and looking at the corpse on the altar thing, where a bunch of people kept doing it because we got low rolls to get initial ones, and I kind of like the idea of just like sticking with the bad rolls, like information, or it's detrimental. Kind of like rotating through until some kind of weird. Unless everybody is like looking at a thing, you know what I mean, or something like that. I'm
gonna jump in on that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's fine.
But I do want to stipulate, like not necessarily stipulate, but expand upon that. To me, it makes sense that like if you fail a skill check, you don't know that you failed unless like you're jumping and you obviously don't make it. How much
Right.
knowledge you know is what you know, right? You don't know, oh, I got a 12 out of potentially, a 25 once you add my modifier. In game, your character wouldn't have that knowledge. So I'm kind of with Kendall on that. Like, if you make a statement, you failed your history check based on what you think my personal DC is, but you have some sort of knowledge, your character would feel confident in what they're saying. So it's hard and it takes practice, and I fail at doing it too, separating, meta numbers versus character.
The only time that I could see if it was like something different or like something similar is like if somebody fails some sort of check for information and your response is you have no idea, and turn around and an RP sense, I have no
sense.
fucking idea. Like, you know what I mean, or something like
I was
that.
gonna say that's kind of how I played it. That I wasn't looking at the body anymore. I'm now in investigator mode. This is like I'm looking for signs of necromancy. I'm ignoring the body.
Yeah. So I don't know. It felt long, I guess, is what I'm saying. I don't know. Whatever that's worth. And then the good thing, I have such a soft spot for battlefield control, and Miranda clutched a lot of these fights with the bonfires, the entanglement, the trap, having that and using that. I love battlefield control. It's so valuable, and that was really awesome. And then even though the numbers were wrong for the trap, Beth, my good thing was I love that it did a shit ton of damage because it felt like you were rewarding a creative idea, and so that like felt super nice as a player. But I also love that there was the downside of exploding skeletons. I thought just like the image of that is hilarious. Like it pops and flaming bones go everywhere. Like I like that a lot.
Thanks, Alex.
Bad thing, I can't stop using my character voice. No. Because I was talking to my roommate earlier and she was like, "Why are you still in character?" Like, I don't know. I have no idea. No. I don't know. I don't really have a bad thing. It was pretty good all session. My good thing is that I too liked a lot of the RP moments, and I do like that we're not all like, yay, we're all put together and we're all in search of the same goal and we're all gonna work together. It just seems much more real that slowly we are becoming one group from two, which I really enjoyed. Also, the bear trap was ridiculous, and I love it. Because otherwise, I was like, I don't know how we're getting out of this. I don't know what we're gonna do. But yeah.
I guess that's me. I let you guys go first so I could think of stuff, and then I got so like caught up in what you were saying, I didn't actually think. Good thing. I'm gonna take a cop out because I genuinely was not sure if this was going to be the case or not, but everybody lived. There were a couple of touch and go moments where I was like, okay, all right, I got to start planning for how we're going to resolve this death. I'm glad that didn't happen. Bad thing. I personally, as a player, know what it's like to not feel like we have momentum in a particular area. So I do feel for you, a bit like Miranda said. You are still technically in the same location that you ended last stream. And nobody likes a 5-session dungeon crawl. So I'm excited for you guys to see what's next. But that was a result of some poor rolls that we ended up being here for a while.
Yeah.
Guys, let's take another long rest. Just go for it.
I'm gonna put my foot down on that one and say you cannot have one right now. There's no way you are tired enough to sleep for another 8 hours. But yeah.
Actually, that might be my bad thing, is that I keep running out of rages because I keep going unconscious.
When do you get
because
3?
I get 3, I think, at 3rd level. I don't really remember. Something like that. I don't get it at this level. So I still have 2.
It should be better though now that you have more hit points.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be better. But it's just like I don't know how to play Cade without making her run into things and getting ambushed. So that's how things go.
Part of Barbarian.
Yep. And we love her for it.
Thanks.
So with that, I think we are done for tonight. The next couple of sessions will be sad because we'll be down a person each week. Different people for each week. But Nikki, we'll miss you next week. I think Yvain is just going to poof and not be here, if that's okay with you guys. If you would rather have somebody control her, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to mandate it. So we will decide that off of stream. And yeah, thank you for joining us. We are Power Word Play. We will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Awesome. Night, everybody.
With level 2 characters.
Level 2.
Yes.